Coming off of a 6-point win over the Great Bend Panthers, the Hayes High Lady Indians will begin their road to Emporia as they tip off in the 5A West Substate semifinals against the 12-seeded Goddard Lions in a Wednesday night showdown. And with that, we welcome you into Hayes High School along with our entire Tribe Broadcasting Network crew. I'm Hank Corsair, and tonight we get a great Substate matchup with two teams that had to rally through the end of the regular season to get the best seeding they possibly could, as the Lady Indians are currently on a 9-game winning streak and the Lions are on a 3-game win streak. It'll also be an exciting game as both teams feature a lot of young talent, as Hayes High is led by a good junior class and the Lions feature a junior freshman duo that can rebound and force turnovers. And what makes this an intriguing matchup really is that tonight is the first game in recent memory between the two schools, and tonight's matchup will also determine what happens on Saturday for the winner, as they will either make a trip down to Wichita to face the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles, who are the 4 seed, or they'll get a home game on Saturday against the Andover Central Jaguars, who are the 13 seed. But we'll take a deeper dive into that when we come back, as we will have our team rundowns and take a look at games that are happening as part of the 5A West and East Substate. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the pregame show as the Lady Indians get set to take on Goddard in the 5-12 matchup of the 5A West Substate. Before we run down each team, we will take a look at some of the matchups in the 5A Substates. There's only been one game that has been decided so far, and that's in the 5A East, the 1-16 matchup. Seaman advances by forfeit over J.C. Harmon, and some other games in 5A East include the winner of Baser Linwood and Sumner Academy will take on Seaman. The 4 versus 13 matchup is Leavenworth traveling to take on St. Thomas Aquinas in Overland Park. St. James Academy will be at home as the 5 seed taking on Bonner Springs. DeSoto is the 2 seed, and they will take on the Lansing Lions. And the winner of that one will face either Shawnee Heights or Piper. And Highland Park will be the 3 seed in the 5A East, and they will take on Pittsburgh, with the winner facing either Spring Hill, the 6 seed, or Blue Valley Southwest, the 11 seed. And looking at the 5A West matchups, Andover is at home tonight as the 1 seed against 16 seed Eisenhower, and the winner will face either Cape and Mount Carmel or Hutchinson. And for Hayes High and Goddard, the winner of tonight's game will face the winner of the 4 seed versus 13 seed matchup between Bishop Carroll and Andover Central. Mace South is the 2 seed playing host to Arkansas City, who was the most recent opponent for Goddard, and the winner of that one will face either Valley Center or Salina South. Emporia is the 3 seed at home tonight against the Topeka West Mustangs, and Great Bend is the 6 seed taking on the 11 seed Salina Central Mustangs. Now we'll run down each team, starting off with Hayes High, who starts the postseason with a record of 15-5, and their last game was a win over Great Bend by a score of 42-36. It was the 9th straight victory for the Lady Indians and the 6th win in the last 7 matchups against the Panthers, and the win secured a perfect 8-0 record in WAC play, which for Hayes High, that's their first WAC title and first 15-win season since 2012. And looking back at that game, each team had first quarter runs that were both 7-0 runs, and Great Bend led at the end of the first quarter 10-9. And it was close, but it was close at the beginning of the second quarter, and Great Bend went on another 7-0 run and led Hayes High 19-14. But the Indians finished the half with 2 3-point possessions and led 20-19 at the break. And Hayes would hold the lead for the remainder of the game as they led at the end of the third 25-21 in a low-scoring third quarter. And Hayes had multiple occasions of double-digit leads in the final minutes of the game and went on to get the 6-point win in their final game of the regular season. Now looking over at Goddard, they are the 12th seed, and they are currently 9-11, and they finished with a conference record of 1-5. But like we mentioned in the opening of tonight's broadcast, they were able to get a winning streak going at the end of the season to get a better seeding, and that winning streak started with wins over Eisenhower and Andover Central, and their last game was a 47-30 win at home over the Arkansas City Bulldogs. And Goddard does bring a lot of positives that they can use in tonight's game. They do a great job at limiting turnovers, as they just are a little over 12 turnovers per game, and they have a lot of young talent, such as junior Mariah Coleman and freshman Presley Schmidt, to go with senior Lauren Gordon, who is second in points per game for the Lions. And that'll do it for our pregame show, and when we come back, we will have our starters for tonight's game, and we'll have our first half action when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we are about ready to tip off tonight's game. But before that, we will read off our starting lineup, starting with the visiting Goddard Lions, led by head coach Aaron Johnston. They'll go with junior Sydney Healy at the point guard spot, along with freshman Presley Schmidt and senior Lauren Gordon in the backcourt. And at the 4 and 5 spot, it's number 3, Soraya Potter, and number 0, Mariah Coleman. And for Hayes High, led by head coach Len Melvin, Kenley Winter will be in the point guard spot wearing number 12, along with number 30, Riley Dreher at the 2. And Molly Martin will be at the small forward position, and Katie Lindenberger and Zoe Winter will be in the front court. So they're about ready to tip off tonight's game. Hayes High will go with all white attire for tonight's game, and for Goddard, they will go with all blue with gray letters and a white numbers and letters and a white outline as they are ready to tip off tonight's game. It'll go to Hayes High, and we are underway in the 5A West Substate as Molly Martin receives the opening tip. She'll stop right away and pass it to Zoe Winter, who gives it to Kenley Winter on the right wing. She looks, finds Riley Dreher, and we'll give it back to Molly Martin, trying to set the offense up. We'll take one dribble, and now we'll throw it to Kenley Winter. As she tries to find a space to drive, she'll instead kick it right back to Martin. She'll drive, stop at the free throw line, do some spins, tries throwing it to Riley Dreher, almost got past her. As she throws it inside to Katie Lindenberger, does 2 dribbles, will go up with the layup, and it's no good. And the rebound will go out of bounds, and it will stay with Hayes High as it was last touched by Mariah Coleman. So Riley Dreher will inbound it. Hayes High will go with, for their inbound, they'll have 2 at the block and 2 on the free throw line. As Dreher looks for someone to throw to, she'll find Molly Martin being guarded by Soraya Potter. She'll drive, stop, kick it out to Dreher, and now she'll try driving as she stops at the free throw line and kicks it out to Kenley Winter. Trying to drive, she'll do a spin move, and she traveled in the process, and that's the first turnover of the game. This will be Goddard's first offensive possession of tonight's game. Sydney Healy will inbound it, and Presley Schmidt, the freshman, will take it up court. She just got done competing in the Vegas Cup for FC Wichita Soccer. And now Soraya Potter will have it on the left wing, looking for someone open. She'll find Gordon, who gives it over to Schmidt. Being guarded by Dreher, she'll go to the top of the arc and hand it off to Coleman. They'll throw it inside, and Molly Martin almost stole it, and now she will steal it, and it'll now be Hayes High's ball as the leading stealer for Hayes High comes up with her first of the game. She passed it to Riley Dreher and then got it back right away, and now Kenley Winter will take it, throw it inside to Winter, and she'll be fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the line for the first time tonight. It was Lauren Gordon that will be called for her first foul of the night. And Zoe Winter will make her first appearance at the line tonight. 69% free throw shooter for the Lady Indians. With 6:42 to go here in the first quarter. As Hayes High will look for the first points of the game. As the first one is up, it is good. And Hayes High has the first points of the game. So for her second free throw, she'll take 3 dribbles. As she puts it up, it is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound being fought for, and it's brought down by Soraya Potter for the Lions. And now they don't waste any time as Presley Schmidt will go to the left wing as Dreher fell down. Schmidt lost the ball out of bounds, but they'll say it's a foul against Hayes High. It'll go against Kenley Winter. As she got her arm in, she was able to poke it free, but got a little on the arm. And Goddard will go with the same inbounding formation as Hayes High, and they'll find a wide open Soraya Potter under the basket, and the assist will go to Sydney Haley. And now Kenley Winter with the ball off the pass from Molly Martin. She'll drive, stop at the free throw line, kick it out to Dreher. She'll try driving, and we'll kick it out to Zoe Winter. She'll try a three-pointer from the right wing, and it's good. So Zoe Winter's gotten the first 4 points of the game so far for Hayes High, and the first made shot from the field for Hayes High as well. It's Soraya Potter with the ball for the Lions, and now she'll find Sydney Healy at the top of the arc being guarded by Kenley Winter. Doesn't dribble and gives it back to Potter. As those two just work it back and forth, it's Schmidt with the ball who hands it over to Gordon on the left wing. And now Schmidt will drive on the baseline from the left corner, kicks it out, goes over the head of Sydney Healy, but right there to get it is Mariah Coleman. She'll kick it over, and Potter will take it, throw it to the left corner, and now we're going to get a drive from Gordon as she just passed it out. It'll be a long three-pointer on the way from Coleman, and it's no good. Rebound being fought for. It will go to Presley Schmidt, and she lost it out of bounds right away. So, or actually they're going to say that it was touched by Hayes High, so Goddard will keep possession of it as they stack 4 on the left side of the lane. Coleman inbounds it, and she'll throw it into Potter. Kick it out to Schmidt. Being guarded by Dreher, she'll pump fake a three, and now will try a three, and it's no good, and the rebound goes to Zoe Winter. Goddard 0 for 2 from three-point range to start tonight's game as Zoe Winter has it. She'll kick it to Riley Dreher on the left wing, go inside to Lindenberger, had it poked free as she's able to get it back in the left corner. And now Dreher will try driving it in, kick it out to Winter. And Dreher will set the screen for her as she finds a wide-open Zoe Winter. She'll do some spin moves, go all the way to the basket, layup no good, as she was able to get her own miss for her second rebound of the game. And now all the way to the basket is Molly Martin, had the shot blocked by, I think it's number 10, Sydney Healy, that got the block on that play. But it goes out of bounds in favor of Hayes High. As Zoe Winter will take it, she'll throw it inside to Katie Lindenberger, and she got the layup to go. Hayes High 2 for 5 from the field to start this one, and a 6-2 lead to start this game as well. Schmidt will go to the left corner and try another baseline drive. Zoe Winter fell to the floor. A lot of the Hayes High fans wanted a charge, and instead they'll kick it out to Gordon. And now Schmidt will be wide open on the right wing, and she'll try driving, but she traveled right before she began. And with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, Hayes High will get it. We'll get the ball back, and Molly Buckles will check in for the first time tonight in place of Zoe Winter, who exits as the first sub with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And Riley Dreher will bring up the floor for Hayes High. Halfway through this first quarter, she'll give it over to Buckles, who throws it to Winter on the right wing. And Martin will take it, pump fake a three, drive, and will go all the way to the basket. Layup no good, and the rebound will go to Soraya Potter for her second. It's Coleman bringing up the floor for the Lions. Lindenberger on the defense, and it's going to be a foul against Hayes High, which will be the second team foul, and it'll go against Riley Dreher, who deflected the shot. But they're going to say that it's on the floor, and we're going to get a substitution for both teams. For Goddard, Sadie Bowyer, the 5'8 junior, will check in for the first time, and Kenley Winter and Riley Dreher will check out for the first time for Hayes High. As they look for someone to throw it to, they find Presley Schmidt underneath the basket and have the shot blocked by Annie Humphrey. And it will stay with Goddard. It's Coleman inbounding, trying to find someone to throw it to. She'll just throw it into Schmidt, being guarded by Humphrey. Kicks it out. Coleman will try a jumper from the left corner. No good. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will go to Hayes High. Goddard made their first shot of the game, but since then they have missed the last 4, as Morgan Armbruster will inbound it for the Lady Indians as she just checked in. It's Molly Martin with the ball, 6-2 Hayes High with 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Lindenberger with it now will find Martin. She'll go towards the left wing, stop, finds Armbruster. And now Humphrey with it will just take one dribble and give it back to Martin at the top of the arc. She'll drive and will throw it over to Lindenberger, who tries a jumper on the right baseline, no good. And another rebound for Presley Schmidt. At the other end, she'll go all the way, and it's going to be a charge against Presley Schmidt, as Annie Humphrey was the one that took it. And it's the second team foul for the Lions. And we're going to get a substitution. We'll give you an update of who's on the floor for Goddard. It'll be Finley Stevens, the freshman, along with Sadie Bowyer, Lauren Gordon, Mariah Coleman, and Presley Schmidt. And for Hayes High, it's Morgan Armbruster, Katie Lindenberger, Molly Martin, Molly Buckles, and Annie Humphrey. As Armbruster will take it, she'll try a three-pointer from the left corner and bury it. Molly Martin gets her first assist of the game, as well as she was able to find Armbruster wide open, and she gives Hayes High the 9-2 lead. But now at the other end, Coleman will try a jump shot that's no good, and the rebound will go to Molly Buckles, and that's the 5th missed shot from the field for Goddard. And at the other end, Buckles will do some spin moves at the left block, as her shot was no good, and the rebound will go to Katie Lindenberger, and the arrow is facing Goddard. So it'll be Lion ball. Martin and Lindenberger will now check out for Hayes High, as Kenley Winter and Zoe Winter will check back in. It's Schmidt bringing it up the floor for Goddard, as she kicks it over and finds Gordon. As they just work it around the arc, it's now Stevens in the left corner, in the left wing. As Coleman will now take a three-pointer from the top of the arc. She buries it and cuts the lead down to 4. The assist will go to Finley Stevens. And it ends a 5 missed field goal drought for Goddard. And it's their first made 3 of the game, and we have a turnover and a travel for Hayes High as Goddard will get it back. Schmidt bringing up the floor once again, being guarded by Annie Humphrey as she passes the 10-second timeline now. There's a minute 53 to go here in the first quarter, and she'll hand it off to Coleman, who hands it off to Schmidt. And now Coleman will kick it over to Presley Schmidt on the left wing, and she'll try a three-pointer from the left wing that's no good, and the rebound is to Zoe Winter for her 3rd of the game. It's Humphrey with the ball, waiting for a screen from Zoe Winter on the right side. She'll get it, and we'll throw it into Zoe Winter on the pick and roll. Tries a layup that is blocked by number 0, Mariah Coleman, the leader in blocks for this Goddard team, and it will stay with Hayes High. As Coleman will check out now, they'll see Soraya Potter return, and Humphrey will take it, and Armbruster will now have it at the top of the arc. She'll drive, stop, do a spin move, and give it to Kenley Winter, and now she'll drive and have it poked free, and the steal will go to Soraya Potter for her 1st of the game. Schmidt will now take it and find a wide open Lauren Gordon on the left wing. She'll try a 3 and get it. Her first points of the game, and Goddard's now cut the lead down to 1. At the other end, it's Morgan Armbruster on the left wing. She'll try kicking it inside to Molly Buckles, and Zoe Winter tried saving it from going out of bounds, but her foot touched the line, and it's Goddard ball once again. Gordon will inbound it once again, and Presley Schmidt will take it up the floor. She looks towards the sideline and gets the play from her coach, Aaron Johnston. And now Potter with the ball on the left wing, being guarded by Lindenberger, waiting for someone to throw it to, has not dribbled yet. Still looking, and now we'll finally find Sadie Boyer. And we're going to get a push-off against Sadie as she got the pass for her first foul of the game. And now Hayes High will have 28 seconds to get one last basket before the end of the first quarter as Dreher inbounds it to Martin. She'll look towards the sideline and get the play call as she passes the 10-second timeline. She looks and will find Kenley Winter on the right wing. We'll throw it immediately to Riley Dreher. She'll take one step in and have it stolen by Sadie Boyer. And Schmidt will take it up the floor with 7 seconds to go. She'll drive all the way to the basket, and she's able to get the basket to go, and there's a foul as well. As Presley Schmidt gives Goddard their first lead since they made their first basket, which put them up 2-1. And we'll see Annie Humphrey check in for Riley Dreher. As Presley Schmidt got her first points of the game this season, she's gone 65% from the free throw line, and she gets it to go. And now Molly Martin with 2 seconds will go to the other end. She'll try a floater, and at the buzzer, she gets the layup to go to tie it up. Molly Martin did not waste any time. She just drove past the Goddard defense and took it right to the hole to make it an 11-11 game at the end of the first quarter. So we'll have our second half action when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we are about ready to resume action for the second quarter in a very eventful first quarter that featured an 8-0 run by Hayes High after Goddard got the first basket of the game to go up 2-1. And then Goddard would respond with a 9-0 run of their own, and then the game would be tied at the end of the first quarter 11-11. As Hayes High's got the ball right now, it's Molly Martin on the left wing trying to work around the Goddard defense. She'll stop and take a jumper from the free throw line and get it. So Hayes High has a 13-11 lead to start the second quarter as Soraya Potter has it on the right wing. She'll throw it over and find Sydney Healy as those two just work back and forth. Now Potter will throw it across court and find Gordon as she'll give it off to Coleman, who will try another three-pointer from the top of the arc, and she's got another one. And now Katie Lindenberg will go at the other end, and Sydney Healy will have her first steal of the game. and she'll travel with it right away. And Hayes High is going to get it back as we are about through the first minute of the second quarter. As Molly Martin will get the inbound from Riley Dreher. She'll just walk it up the floor and get a screen from Linenberger. And on the pick and roll, she'll find Linenberger underneath the basket, and she got fouled on the way up. It was Mariah Coleman that was called for it, and that's her first foul of the game and the first foul of the second quarter for either team. So Linenberger will go to the line. 63% on the season so far for her. She's got 2 so far tonight, and her first free throw of the night is good. It's once again tied up at 14 as Coleman checks out for Goddard, and Linenberger will try to give Hayes High the lead back. And the free throw is off the front of the rim, no good, and Lauren Gordon has another rebound. It's Schmidt with it. She'll give it over to Gordon on the left wing, being guarded by Martin. Has it poked free, but is able to get it back, and she'll throw it underneath the basket to Sadie Potter. And the layup is, or Soraya Potter, excuse me, and the layup was no good, rebounded by Molly Martin. And at the other end, she'll stop underneath the basket and give it over to Linenberger, and her layup is good. Molly Martin has her second assist of the game, and Hayes High is in front 16-14. As we'll get a foul call now at the other end. It'll go against Molly Martin on the defense there. Her first personal foul of the game and the first team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. As Schmidt has the ball, she'll find Healy. And now another three-pointer on the way is no good. And we're going to get an over-the-back foul against Soraya Potter. Zoe Winter was the one boxing out on that play. And Hayes High is going to get it back. Goddard now 3 for 7 from three-point range on the night as Molly Martin brings it up the floor. She'll be guarded by Potter, and now we'll throw it over to Zoe Winter on the left wing as Hayes High just works it around the arc. It'll be given to Kenley Winter. She was able to fake out a Lion, and now her shot's no good, but Zoe Winter is right there for the putback to give Hayes High the 4-point lead. Hayes High about to go on a scoring run if they can hold Goddard and get another score here. As Potter has the ball, she'll throw it over to Gordon, and now she almost lost it, and now it'll be stolen by Zoe Winter. 2-on-1 at the other end. She'll stop and kick it out to Kenley Winter. She'll fake out another three, try a jumper, no good, and it goes out of bounds, and it will go to Goddard. Zoe Winter was the one that recovered the loose ball on that last play, and it looks like actually it's going to be Hayes High ball. They're going to say it was last touch by Goddard. So Riley Dreher will inbound it. A lot of Goddard fans disagreeing with the call. She throws it in right away to Katie Linenberger, who gets the layup to go, and they'll get it with an and one. Katie Linenberger now up to 7 with that last basket, and that's the third assist of the game for Molly Martin. As Riley Dreher checks out, Katie Linenberger will go back to the line, 1 for 2 at the line so far tonight. And her one free throw is no good, and the rebound goes to Presley Schmidt for her third. As she'll stop, she'll kick it out, and now another three-pointer from Lauren Gordon is on the way, and it's good. It's another assist as well for Sydney Healy. As it's now a three-point game once again. It'll be Kenley Winter with the ball. She takes one dribble and stops. Over to Annie Humphrey, and now to Molly Martin. She'll drive, kick it inside to Linenberger, and she's got another layup to go. And we're going to get a timeout, a 30-second timeout from Goddard as Hayes High leads at 22-17 with 5:03 to go here in the second quarter. So it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and take a look at individual numbers real fast. Starting off with Hayes High, the leading scorer is Katie Linenberger, who just surpassed the previous leading scorer with that last bucket, as she now has 7, and Zoe Winters right behind her with 6. Molly Martin has 4, and Morgan Armbruster has 3. And looking over at Goddard, their leading scorers are Lauren Gordon and Mariah Coleman with 6. All those points off of 2 3-pointers from each of them. And right behind them is Presley Schmidt with 3 and Soraya Potter with 2. As they'll see a substitution, Audie Phillips, the 5'6" sophomore, will check in for the first time for Goddard, and she inbounds it to Presley Schmidt. And with it now is Phillips as she throws it over to Potter, working around the arc. Bauer pump fakes the 3 as they just work it around the arc. Now Phillips will get a screen, and it was a moving screen, so it'll be another turnover for Goddard. They'll call it against number 4, Presley Schmidt, which is her second, and now the 4th team foul of the quarter for Goddard. Martin will inbound it, and Annie Humphrey will take it up the floor. She'll work towards the left wing, and now will change direction, and she traveled as she tried to make the pass, and Goddard will get it back. So Phillips will inbound it once again, and we'll give you an update real quick of who's on the floor for Hayes High as they just made a substitution. It's Annie Humphrey, Morgan Armbruster, Zoe Winter, Molly Martin, and Molly Buckles. And now Schmidt lost her balance but was able to get the pass off to another player as Potter gets her own miss. And now Schmidt will try a jumper that's good, and there's going to be a foul against Zoe Winter. So Potter was open underneath the basket. She couldn't get the layup to go, got her own miss, and then was able to kick it out to Schmidt. And after she made the basket, she got fouled by Zoe Winter. As Schmidt's free throw is good. She's now up to 6 points, and Goddard has cut the lead down to 2. As Morgan Armbruster will kick it inside for Hayes High, off the fingertips of Molly Buckles, but it was batted out by number 24 of Goddard, Lauren Gordon. And they'll see a substitution for both teams as Katie Lindenberger checks in for Zoe Winter. On the floor for Goddard, it's Finley Stevens, Sadie Boyer, Soraya Potter, Audie Phillips, and Lauren Gordon. And now Armbruster with the ball will throw it to Annie Humphrey and just threw it over the head of Katie Lindenberger, and it's another turnover as Goddard will get it back. And Gordon will inbound it to Phillips. Goddard will be trying to either tie it or take the lead on this possession. They are 4 for 8 from 3-point range so far tonight, as it's Stevens with the ball being tightly guarded by Humphrey. Almost got the steal, and instead she was able to find Audie Phillips, and she's being guarded by Armbruster. She'll do some spin moves. She'll get double teamed and will kick it back out to Bauer, and now Phillips will go around the arc and was able to get an open look as it's going out of bounds. Potter able to get her 4th rebound of the game, and her shot no good, and the rebound to Annie Humphrey. She'll throw it across court and find Molly Martin as she gets the offense set up. It's 22-20, Hayes High in front with 3:13 to go until we reach the half. Armbruster will find Martin. She'll pump fake a 3, will stop, do a couple spin moves, finds Humphrey, and now she'll travel with the ball. She began driving into the lane. She had a pretty clear path, but she traveled with it right before she started, and it's another turnover for Hayes High. There'll be a substitution for Goddard as Potter and Phillips check out of the game. And Schmidt will bring it up the floor once again. She'll be guarded by Armbruster as well. And she'll throw it towards the left wing and find Lauren Gordon, who finds Coleman in the left corner being tightly guarded by Lindenberger. She's going to try a baseline drive and will lose it out of bounds, and Hayes High is going to get it back. Great defense there from Katie Lindenberger. She was able to get on the outside of Coleman as she began her drive and was able to force it out of bounds. As Martin will bring up the floor, she'll throw it over to Winter on the right wing. Hasn't dribbled yet, now will dribble. She just takes one and throws it over to Martin, and she'll try a long college range 3 that's no good, and the rebound to Coleman for her first of the game. And at the other end, the shot no good for Goddard, and it's going to be a foul against the Lions They're going to call it against number 24, Lauren Gordon, for her second. She tried making a steal. Student section helped her out by letting her know that there was going to be a steal, and instead it was a foul. She was able to draw the foul. Now Martin will go to the line as her first free throw is up. It is off the iron and no good. Hayes High just 2 for 6 so far at the line tonight, as Sydney Healy and Soraya Potter check back into the game for Goddard. Martin will try her second free throw here in a second, as she takes 4 dribbles. The shot is up and good. Martin now up to 5 with that last free throw. The Lions will have it with Mariah Coleman on the right wing, looking for someone to throw it to. She'll go inside to Potter, who's being guarded by Martin. She'll take 1 dribble, kick it out to Schmidt, and she'll drive, bring it back out. And now Coleman had a wide open look as she tried going one direction and then the other. She shuffled her feet and gets called for the travel. So Molly Buckles will check back out of the game. Hayes High's got their starters on the floor, or correction, it's their starters minus Riley Dreher, and instead it's Morgan Armbruster on the floor. And Martin will throw it across court and give it to Kenley Winter. We're inside the final 2 minutes of this first half. As Martin waits for the offense to set up, she'll try driving, and we'll kick it out to Armbruster. Gives it to Lindenberger as they just work it around the arc over to Winter on the right wing. Armbruster will try throwing it inside to Lindenberger. It's too high over her head, and it goes out of bounds, and it will go to Goddard. It'll be Sydney Healy throwing it in to Presley Schmidt, as she'll be guarded by Kenley Winter. She'll get a screen on that left side, or actually will throw it to Soraya Potter, who was coming up to make the screen, and now she'll drive, stop, and kick it out to Healy. And she'll try throwing it over to Schmidt in the left corner, but it got past her and it goes into the stands for another turnover. Armbruster will inbound it on that left corner to Molly Martin. Minute 17 to go here in the second quarter. As Martin waits for the offense to set up. She'll throw it over to Winter, and now inside to Lindenberger, takes 1 dribble, and the shot is no good as it's blocked by Mariah Coleman. It's her second of the game. And at the other end, the ball is loose, and it goes out of bounds in that same location, and Hayes High is going to get it back as we're now inside the final minute of this first half. It's 23-20, Hayes High in front as Martin brings it up the floor. As she passes midcourt, she'll stop at the H of the midcourt logo, and will get it back off of a pass from Zoe Winter. And inside to Lindenberger, takes 1 dribble and gets a shot blocked once again, and that's now the 3rd block of the game for Mariah Coleman. Schmidt will go to the other end and will pass it to Coleman, and she'll try another 3 that she can't hit, and Martin will get her second rebound of the game, and she gets forced out of bounds. Hayes High wanting a foul call, but instead they're just going to say that it went out of bounds. It was Sydney Healy that Hayes High was wanting the foul call on, but Goddard will get it back with 33.3 to go on the clock. With it now is Coleman for Goddard. She'll throw it over to Healy. She'll find Schmidt. She'll drive from the top of the arc and kick it back out. It's now Bauer with the ball. And she'll throw it over and find Schmidt. She'll try a jumper from that right baseline that she can't hit. And Morgan Armbruster comes out with her first rebound of the game. And with 5 seconds to go, Martin will stop and will get called for a double dribble. She tried making the pass as she approached the free throw line, but she lost control and will get called for the double dribble with 2 seconds to go. Both teams have struggled offensively recently. As Schmidt will inbound it, they'll just let the clock run out, and that'll take us to halftime as Hayes High leads at the break 23-20 in a game that's gone back and forth with multiple different scoring runs. And when we come back, we'll have our halftime show where we will recap the scoring and take a look at some individual and team stats as well. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show as the Lady Indians lead Goddard at the break 23-20. We will start off tonight's halftime show by recapping the first half Goddard started off with the lead by a score of 2-1 at the beginning of the game, and Hayes High would respond with an 8-0 run, which started with a bucket from both Zoe Winter and Katie Lindenberger, and would be finished with a three-pointer from Morgan Armbruster to give Hayes High a 9-2 lead. But then Goddard would respond with a 9-0 run of their own, which included a three-pointer from both Mariah Coleman and Lauren Gordon, and then a jump shot and an and one from Presley Schmidt, but Hayes High was able to tie it in the final seconds as Molly Martin took it right to the basket and got the layup to go as time expired to make it 11 all at the end of the first quarter. And Hayes High would get the first points of the second quarter as well, as it was Molly Martin that got it. And then after Goddard took a 14-13 lead off of a three-pointer from Mariah Coleman, Hayes High would go on a 7-0 run, which started with a free throw and then a bucket from Katie Lindenberger, which would be followed by a Zoe Winter layup and then another layup from Katie Lindenberger to give Hayes High a 20-14 lead. And then Goddard would hit a three-pointer from Lauren Gordon, and Hayes High would get another shot from Katie Lindenberger, and Goddard would finish with just like Goddard did in the first quarter. They would finish the second quarter with a bucket and an and one for Presley Schmidt to make it 22-20, and then the final point of the first half was a free throw by Molly Martin. So when we come back, we'll have our individual and team numbers, and we'll have our second half action after that. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show, we will now take a look at our individual and team numbers, and we'll start off with Hayes High's scoring, which is led by Katie Lindenberger as she finishes that first half with 9, and right behind her is Zoe Winter with 6. Molly Martin finished with 5, and Morgan Armbruster has 3 off of a three-pointer. And for Goddard, there's a three-way tie for the leading scorer. It's Mariah Coleman, Presley Schmidt, and Lauren Gordon, each with 6. And their other scorer is Soraya Potter with just 2. And look at Hayes High's other individual numbers. Annie Humphrey has picked up a rebound and a block, and Katie Lindenberger has a rebound as well. Molly Martin finished with 3 rebounds and the leader in assists with 3, while also getting a steal. And moving on down the list, Riley Dreher finished with 2 assists, and Morgan Armbruster has 1 rebound, and so does Molly Buckles, and Zoe Winter's the leading rebounder with 4, while also getting an assist and a steal. And for Goddard, Mariah Coleman finished that first half with 1 rebound and has already doubled her average of what she has for blocks with 1.5. She has 3 at the break. And Finley Stevens finished with an assist, and Sadie Bowyer had a steal. Soraya Potter leads the Lions in rebounds with 4 while also getting a steal. And Presley Schmidt finished with 3 rebounds and an assist. Sydney Healy has 2 assists and a block at the break. And finally, Lauren Gordon finished with a rebound. And now looking at the team numbers, starting off with Hayes High, they are 9 for 21 from the field, going 2 for 3 from three-point range, and 3 for 7 at the free throw line. They picked up 11 first-half rebounds and 6 assists, as well as 2 steals and a block. And for Goddard, they finished 7 for 20 from the field, in which at one point they were 7 for 15, and then they missed their last 5 shots of the first half. And they're 4 for 8 from the field, and they're 2 for 2 at the free throw line, with both free throws coming one in the first quarter and the other in the second quarter. And they picked up 9 first-half rebounds, as well as 4 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. So that'll do it for our halftime show, and when we come back, we'll have our second half action. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High Schools, we are about ready to start tonight's second half action. It's Hayes High 23, Goddard 20 as we start the third quarter, as both teams try to set up a matchup with either Bishop Carroll or Andover Central. And we'll give you an update of who's on the floor for both teams. They're both going back to their starters. For Hayes High, it's Katie Lindenberger, Molly Martin, Kenley Winter, Riley Dreher, and Zoe Winter. And for the Lions, it's Mariah Coleman, Soraya Potter, Presley Schmidt, Sydney Healy, and Lauren Gordon. As the Lions will start the second half with the ball, it's Schmidt bringing up the floor. She'll lose it right away, and Kenley Winter will come out with the steal for her first of the game. She'll go to the other end, stop. We'll throw it across court, find Molly Martin. As she gets the offense set up, she'll shuffle one way, and we'll find Zoe Winter, who finds Dreher. And now Kenley Winter with the ball will give it back to Martin. As she waits for someone to get open, she'll step back a little bit and will throw it over to Kenley Winter, who loses it, and it goes out of bounds, and Goddard will have the ball off of the first turnover of the second half. It's Schmidt bringing up the floor once again off the inbound from Sydney Healy. She'll throw it over to Potter, being guarded by Winter. As she waits for someone to get open, she'll find Gordon, and now she'll try a floater and get it to go, and she's now up to 8. 1 point game once again, as Martin will find Winter. She'll pump fake and will find Dreher. She'll pump fake a 3, and now we'll do a spin move, find Zoe Winter, and now she'll start a drive, do a spin move, and another, try a fadeaway shot that's no good, and it was Katie Lindenberger that came out with the rebound, but Lauren Gordon will pick up her first steal of the game. That's Lindenberger's second rebound of the game, and Schmidt will try a wide open shot off of an assist that's no good, and they'll say it's Hayes high ball. It was not deflected by anybody. Dreher will inbound it into Martin. 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. As she gets the play call, she'll now cross midcourt. Waits for the offense to set up, and we'll find Riley Dreher on the left wing. And now she'll give it over to Zoe Winter as Hayes just works it around the arc. Martin will drive, kick it out to Winter. She just waits for the offense to set up once again. Martin will throw it over to Dreher, and now she'll try driving. Will almost lost the ball, now will lose the ball as it's stolen by Sydney Healy for her second of the game. And now Coleman at the other end will get another 3 to go. She's up to 9 now. She's gotten all of her points tonight off of three-pointers, and now Goddard has their first lead since the beginning of the second quarter, where they led 14-13. They're now 5 for 9 from three-point range as a team, and Kenley Winter has the ball, and she'll throw it over to Dreher. She'll drive, stop, and give it back to Kenley Winter as she thought about driving, and instead will throw it into Lindenberger, who loses the ball, and will throw it back to Zoe Winter as her shot's no good, and the rebound is no good, or the putback's no good, and Coleman comes up with the rebound. Hayes High's missed their first 3 shots to start the second half, as Gordon will throw it cross court. Coleman will try another three-pointer. This one off the front of the rim, no good, and Winter almost got the rebound, but it'll be a push against the Lions. It'll go against number 0, Mariah Coleman, for her third. And Coleman will check out with that being her third foul. Hayes High keeps their starters on the floor as Martin brings it up the floor, being guarded by Potter. She'll throw it right away to Zoe Winter. She fakes the handoff, tried giving it inside to Lindenberger, but she lost control of it, and it goes out of bounds. Healy will inbound it for Goddard as Schmidt brings it up the floor. Looks towards the sideline to get the play call. As she now crosses midcourt, she'll throw it over to Potter. As she waits, she tried getting past Zoe Winter, but is stopped right away, and now Bauer will take it, and Healy will drive, kick it out to Schmidt, and her layup is no good, but she was fouled on the way up. As she went up for it, Riley Dreher got in the way and will be called for her third foul of the game. Doesn't look like Hayes High is going to send a substitute over to fill her role, as she's now in foul trouble. And Schmidt's free throw is good, as she's now up to 7 on her third made free throw of the game. Goddard's now up to a 3-point lead. This is the second free throw attempt for Schmidt, and it's good. And that was the first time throughout the 3 quarters that Goddard attempted 2 free throws in that quarter, as they only attempted 1 in each of the first 2. Martin will drive on the baseline, will kick it inside. Lindenberger gets fouled on the way up, and she'll go back to the free throw line. It was Sydney Healy that's going to be called for it. She was behind Lindenberger and then reached her arm over, and Lindenberger has a chance to cut it down to a 1-possession game. Humphrey, Martin, and Winter will talk it over with Len Melvin, as Lindenberger's first free throw is no good. Hayes High struggled at the line tonight. They're 3 for 8. And Winter will, Lindenberger will attempt her second free throw to make it a 3-point game. And it is it takes 4 bounces and goes in. As Lindenberger now into double figures. It's 27-24. As Schmidt will have it, she'll throw it over to Potter on the right wing. Student section starting to get into it. Schmidt will throw it over to Healy, and she'll get a screen. She'll work it around. She'll just walk around the arc, and Schmidt will take it, throw it inside to Gordon. Great ball movement so far from Goddard as Bauer with the ball gives it over to Schmidt as she almost lost it, and now she will lose it as it's poked free by Lindenberger, and Winter will come up with the steal. Her second of the game, and now we got another steal at the other end, and it was Sydney Healy that came out with it as she was fouled on the way up on the layup. It'll be number 12, Kenley Winter, called for her second foul of the game, and Goddard's going back to the free throw line. Or correction, it was not. It was called on the floor as Lindenberger and Winter check out. It'll be Gordon inbounding it, looking for someone to throw it to. She'll throw it into Healy, and now she'll find a wide open Sadie Bauer in the left corner as Humphrey comes down with her second rebound of the game. Goddard's now missed her last 2 shots from the field as Morgan Armbruster tries a 3 that she can't hit on, and Zoe Winter gets the putback to bring her scoring total up to 8. And we're going to get a timeout from Hayes High as they've cut the lead down to just 1. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll just keep it right here as they talk things over and give you an update of who's on the floor, or the stats for both teams. As for Hayes High, Katie Lindenberger is leading the way as the only player for either team in double figures. She has 10 at the moment, and Zoe Winter's right behind her with 8. And the leading scorers for Goddard include Mariah Coleman with 9, in which she's gotten all of those points off of 3 3-pointers. And behind her is Presley Schmidt and Lauren Gordon, both with 8. As it'll be Goddard ball. Soraya Potter was going over to inbound it, and instead it'll be Audie Phillips, who just checked in, giving it in to Presley Schmidt, but Annie Humphreys on the other end to go with the full court press. And Schmidt will work around Humphrey, and we're going to get a foul against Goddard as Molly Martin got hit in the face. It'll be called against Presley Schmidt, and now she's the second Goddard player to enter 3 fouls. A lot of Goddard fans disagreeing with the call. And Goddard head coach Aaron Johnson not happy with it. And Armbruster will inbound it to Martin. The foul, correction, Molly Martin will bring it up the floor and give it to Annie Humphrey. She'll drive, stop, and Martin will take it on the right corner, go around on the outside, and will try a layup that's no good. And she'll go to the line. She's a little bit slow to get up, but she's able to shoot her free throws. It'll be Sadie Bauer called for her second foul of the game and the 4th team foul of the quarter for Goddard. So Martin, who's only gotten 1 free throw to go so far tonight, can either tie it or take the lead for Hayes High. As her first free throw is up, it's nothing but net. As she gets ready to attempt her second one, she can give Hayes High their first lead since the beginning of this 3rd quarter, and she does just that as Hayes High leads at 28-27 with 3:15 to go. And now it's going to be a foul by Annie Humphrey as she tried poking it free from Presley Schmidt. That's Humphrey's first foul of the game and the 3rd team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. It's Gordon inbounding. She'll give it to Schmidt. Being guarded by Humphrey, she'll just walk it up to the top of the arc, and we'll throw it over to Soraya Potter. Tight defense from Zoe Winter, and she'll be called for a foul. Yes, that'll be her first. Not quite sure what drew the foul. She was straight up most of the way, and we're going to get a substitution as Coleman will check back into the game and Bauer will check out. And Gordon will be the one inbounding. She'll throw it over to Coleman on the left corner and gives it to Schmidt back at the top of the arc. She'll just drive in, kick it out. Potter will drive from the left corner, and her layup is no good, but she was hit on the arm on the way up. and she'll have 2 free throws coming right up. It's another foul called on Annie Humphrey, as that's her second one. And Soraya Potter will go to the free throw line. Goddard as a team is perfect so far from the free throw line tonight, and the first one is good. Potter can give Hayes High the lead back, or give Goddard the lead back, and her free throw is no good, but it was rebounded offensively by Mariah Coleman. And now Potter with the ball will lose it, and it'll be stolen by Morgan Armbruster. A lot of Hayes High fans wanted to travel, but now Presley Schmidt will come out with her first steal of the game, and it's another steal, this time from Molly Martin. It's her second of the game. It's tied at 28 with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Martin will just walk it up the floor, and now will try driving. She'll kick it out to Zoe Winter. She waits, does a spin move, and she'll get called for a travel once again. And now we'll see Katie Lindenberger check back into the game as she's the leading scorer so far tonight for Hayes High. And she'll go in place of Zoe Winter, as Lauren Gordon will be the one inbounding it for Goddard right in front of the Hayes High bench. It's Presley Schmidt bringing up the floor, being guarded by Annie Humphrey. She'll throw it to the right wing. It's Mariah Coleman with it, waiting for a screen. She'll instead throw it over to Schmidt. As she waits, she thought about trying a 3, and instead will drive in a little bit and throw it out to Phillips. And with it now is Gordon. And now we're going to get a drive from Potter as she kicked it out. And now another 3-pointer from Gordon on the way, no good. And the rebound will go to Annie Humphrey for Hayes High for her third of the game. The third consecutive missed 3 for Goddard. They're 9 for 26 from the field and 5 for 12 from 3-point range. Martin will drive with the ball, being guarded by Potter. She'll throw it inside. Katie Lindenberger wide open, and the layup is good to give Hayes High the lead back. It's Martin's 4th assist of the game, and Hayes High leads it 30-28. And now a 3-pointer on the way, no good. And we're going to get an over-the-back foul on Mariah Coleman, and that's her 4th of the game. And it is Mariah Coleman's 4th, and it's the 5th team foul for Goddard. So Molly Buckles was the one that got fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot the free throws. 48% free throw shooter on the year, looking for her first points of the night. Buckles' first free throw is in and out, no good. And we'll see a substitution for Goddard. We'll give you an update of who's on the floor for each team. For the Indians, it's Molly Martin, Annie Humphrey, Katie Lindenberger, Morgan Armbruster, and Molly Buckles at the free throw line. And for the Lions, it's Lauren Gordon, as well as Sydney Healy, Soraya Potter, and Sadie Bauer, as well as Sydney Healy. So the free throw was good for Molly Buckles. As Schmidt has the ball, she'll wait for the offense to set up as they just work it around the arc. We're now in the final minute of this third quarter. It's Hayes High 31, Goddard 28. And now we're going to get a drive from Schmidt, and she is fouled by number 4, Annie Humphrey, for her 3rd of the game. And that's the 6th team foul of the quarter for Hayes High, so both teams are in the bonus right now. And Schmidt will go to the line. She's gotten 4 of her 8 points off of free throws, and that's the 5th out of 9 on that first one right there, to make it 31-29. And her second one is good as well. Once again, it's a 1-point game now, and Schmidt now into double figures with 10. Martin with the ball, 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Waits will throw it over to Kenley Winter, and now she'll find Molly Buckles wide open in the left corner, and it's going to be a push against Goddard. The shot was no good for Armbruster, but it's a foul against number 4 of the Lions, Presley Schmidt. That's now the second Goddard player to have 4 fouls. It's Mariah Coleman and Presley Schmidt, 2 key pieces for the Lions. tonight, and Katie Lindenberger is back at the free throw line to try to give Hayes High a 3-point lead. Her first free throw is high arcing, and it's no good as it goes off the front of the rim. Hayes High only shooting 50% from the free throw line tonight. And Lindenberger gets ready to attempt her second free throw. She takes 2 dribbles, and it is up and off the back iron, no good. And the rebound will go to Lauren Gordon. Morgan Armbruster tried making a last-second effort to get the rebound, and now Soraya Potter will take it, stop, kick it out to the right wing as Bauer will take it. With it now is Healy, and Stevens will take it, and they'll just work it around the arc some more. Potter now with the drive will throw it to an open Finley Stevens, and pump fake 3 from Sadie Bauer. She'll kick it out, and it goes out of bounds. She tried throwing it to Lauren Gordon, and Hayes High is going to get it back with a chance to score with 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Armbruster will inbound it. Again, 17 seconds as Martin will walk it up the floor. As she waits, she'll be tightly guarded by Potter, and now she'll try a floater from the free throw line that's no good. Lindenberger with the rebound, has the shot blocked, but it was a foul, and she's going to go back to the free throw line once again. Go get it against number 24, Lauren Gordon, who's now into foul trouble with 3. And Lindenberger will try to go 2 for 2 at the line right here. She's made just 2 free throws so far tonight, and her first one on this trip is off the rim and no good. Hayes High has struggled tonight at the free throw line. They are 7 for 16 as a team, and with 2 seconds, this could be the final points of the third quarter if Lindenberger makes it, and the free throw is good. As it'll be an inbound, it'll be a full court shot from number 24, Lauren Gordon. She got it off in time, but it's no good. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter. It's Hayes High 32, Goddard 30 to decide who will take on either Bishop Carroll or Andover Central. We'll have the conclusion of our game when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we are about ready to begin the fourth quarter of tonight's action. It's Hayes High 32, Goddard 30. And Martin will have it for Hayes High as they'll have the ball to start this fourth quarter. She'll kick it over to Riley Dreher on the right wing. She won't dribble, but instead will find Kenley Winter on the top of the arc, and she buries the 3 to start the fourth quarter. Riley Dreher with her 3rd assist of the game, and Kenley Winter with her first basket of the game. With it now is Potter on the right wing. She'll find Schmidt at the top of the arc. Being guarded by Dreher, she thought about driving in. Instead, we'll throw it over to Healy. Then they'll go inside and kick it out, and Coleman will try another three-pointer, and it rattles in. She's now up to 12, and Potter will have her first assist of the game. And it's back to a 2-point game. With it now is Martin. She'll throw it over to Dreher. She took 1 dribble, and we'll find Winter once again. She'll drive, and she'll pass it off to Katie Lindenberger, and her shot's no good, and Sydney Healy comes out with her first rebound of the game. Schmidt will go to the other end, being guarded by Dreher, almost lost the ball, and we'll find Sydney Healy, who's guarded by Kenley Winter. She loses control of the ball, and will try to find someone open to throw it to, and she traveled right in front of the student section, and it's going to be Hayes High ball once again. 6:42 to go here in the game. It's Dreher inbounding it once again to Martin. As she looks towards the bench to get the play call. She'll just walk it up the floor towards the left wing. She'll get a screen from Lindenberger and tried getting it into her on the pick and roll, but instead will pass it out to Kenley Winter as she'll get fouled as she tried going towards the left side. And it's the second foul against Sydney Healy for Goddard, it's the 3rd foul against Sydney Healy for Goddard. And the first team foul of the quarter for Goddard. It's Kenley Winter inbounding it once again. She'll throw it into Martin. We'll go towards the left side and we'll throw it to Winter. She'll fake the handoff, and now Kenley Winter will take it. Tries throwing it inside to Lindenberger, but it goes out of bounds and it was deflected, and Hayes High will keep possession. Hayes High will go with 4 across the baseline as they inbound it right here. It's Dreher with it. We'll try getting it into Zoe Winter, but it was tipped by Mariah Coleman. And as as Martin will take it. She'll give it over to Kenley Winter, looking for someone to throw it to. She takes one dribble, finds Molly Martin, and now she'll try driving. Will try a layup and get it to go. A big play there to make it a 4-point Hayes High lead, and now a three-pointer at the other end for Mariah Coleman. No good. Zoe Winter can't get the rebound. A lot of Hayes High fans wanted an over-the-back call, but Soraya Potter now is her 5th rebound of the game. And now a three-pointer from Lauren Gordon is good, and now she's up to 11, and we're going to get a timeout for Goddard. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step away as I talk things over. It's Hayes High 37, Goddard 36 in a game that's coming down to the wire. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout, Hayes High will now have the ball as they lead it 37-36 with 5:39 to go here in regulation. Martin will walk it up the floor as Hayes High has all their starters on the floor. The only Indians in foul trouble are Riley Dreher and Annie Humphrey, as Dreher tried getting it inside to Annie Humphrey, and now it's stolen by Mariah Coleman. It's her first of the game, and now Schmidt will go to the other end. Almost lost it, and now Potter will take it, being guarded by Lindenberger, trying to find someone to throw it to. She's able to find Sydney Healy, throws it across court, and it's almost stolen by Kenley Winter, but instead she's going to get called for a foul as the pass went to Presley Schmidt, and that's Kenley Winter's 3rd foul of the game. So Hayes High now has 3 players that are in foul trouble with 3, and for Goddard they have 4 players in foul trouble. As Coleman will inbound it, she looks and will throw it across court, as Sydney Healy was really the only one open, and she'll have it stolen by Molly Martin for her 3rd of the game. As she looks towards the sideline to get the play call, she'll walk it up the floor, will drive, and will throw it over to Katie Lindenberger, and she's got another layup to go. The 5th assist of the game for Molly Martin, and Hayes High's back to a 3-point lead. It's Potter with the ball now, being guarded by Lindenberger. She'll throw it over to Healy, as it's been pretty good ball movement so far tonight from Goddard. Now a drive from Schmidt. It's no good, and it's going to be two shots on the foul, and it's Riley Dreher that's going to be called for her 4th. The first Hayes High player to have 4 fouls in this game. And with 4:32 to go, Schmidt will go back to the free throw line. As she can, if she makes both of these, she can tie the leading scorer, Mariah Coleman, for Goddard with 12, as Schmidt currently has 10, and she's got another free throw to go. This has been the specialty tonight for Goddard. They are now 8 for 9 from the free throw line, which is pretty impressive, as the team's only shot 59% from the line this season. As Schmidt gets ready to attempt her 2nd free throw, it is good. Molly Martin will bring it up the floor off the inbound from Zoe Winter. She'll throw it over to Kenley Winter, and now back to Zoe. She'll try a baseline drive on the right side. Reverse layup is no good, but she's going to go to the line on the foul. It will go, as the ref goes to the scores table, it will be called against number 24, Lauren Gordon, for her 4th. And Winter will go back to the free throw line. She's only made 1 tonight, and her first one is up and good. Winter gets Hayes High back to a 2-point lead, and she can enter double figures if she makes this one. Her 2nd free throw is no good, but it's an over-the-back foul against Hayes High, and it'll go against Morgan Armbruster for her 1st foul of the game. 3rd team foul of the quarter for Hayes High, as we're about halfway through this final quarter. With it is Presley Schmidt. She'll go towards that right wing and will change directions. Soraya Potter will take it and now will drive, as Lauren Gordon took it and has it stolen from by Molly Martin for her 4th of the game. Martin will just walk it up the floor. She'll go towards the right side. It will throw it over to Kenley Winter in the right corner. Armbruster with it will work it around the arc. Martin finds Kenley Winter wide open on the right wing. She will try a 3 and bury it. And we're going to get a timeout from Hayes High, as they have a 43-38 lead with 3:46 to go in the 4th quarter. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll step away as they talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the Hayes High timeout. They lead it 43-38 with 3:46 to go. And Goddard with the ball. It'll be Mariah Coleman inbounding it. She'll just roll it to Presley Schmidt as the Lions are trying to get their first shot from the field since that last three-pointer from Lauren Gordon. Now we're going to get a baseline drive from Mariah Coleman. It's no good, and Kenley Winter has her first rebound of the game. With it now is Martin. She'll go towards that right side, being guarded by Potter, and she'll throw it over to Armbruster, and who gives it to Zoe Winter. She'll try driving, do a spin move, and can't get the layup to go, but gets her own miss and finds Kenley Winter, who thought about trying a three, and instead will drive, and her shot's no good. And it's rebounded by Presley Schmidt for her fourth as she goes to the other end. And now a three-pointer from Coleman on the way, no good. And it'll be rebounded by, I believe it was Zoe Winter that got it. And now Morgan Armbruster will try a three from the left corner that she can't hit. And Molly Martin's right there for the rebound. And she'll throw it across court to Morgan Armbruster once again, this time on the left wing. She'll throw it inside to Winter, tries driving, and will throw it off the backboard. It's no good, and Mariah Coleman has her fourth rebound of the game. Hayes High has missed the last four shots from the field, and a three-pointer on the way is good for Lauren Gordon. It's 43-41 Hayes High as Molly Martin will drive. She'll go towards the basket, and she'll get to go to the free throw line as it's a blocking foul against number 24, Lauren Gordon, which I believe is her fifth foul, and it's actually her fourth. Never mind. Correction, and now Molly Buckles will check into the game as Zoe Winter will check out. It's Armbruster inbounding. She'll throw it into Buckles, who gives it back to Armbruster in the left corner, and now Martin will take it and get the offense set up. We're approaching the final 2 minutes of the game. Hayes High leads it by 2, and now Martin will try driving, dribble it behind her back, and will find Buckles. And now Winter will take it on the right corner, will go to the top of the arc and waits for someone to get open. She thought about going towards the left corner, instead will go the other direction, and now Martin with the ball will take a few dribbles, and now will try driving as she lost the ball. It'll be stolen by number 24, Lauren Gordon, for her second of the game. And now Schmidt at the other end will try a layup that's no good, gets her own miss, and gets the putback to go. And we're going to get a timeout as well for Goddard as they've tied it up at 43. We'll step away as they talk things over. There's a minute 27 to go in a 5-seed versus 12-seed game that's coming down to the wire. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout, it's 43 all in a game with just a minute 27 to go. It's Molly Martin now taking the inbound for Hayes High. She'll go towards the left wing, but stopped right away. And now we're going to get another timeout from Hayes High. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll keep it right here and take a look at individual scoring and a few other numbers as well. So Katie Lindenberger's leading the way in scoring for Hayes High with 15. Followed by Zoe Winter and Molly Martin with 9. And Kenley Winter has 6 at the moment. Morgan Armbruster with 3, and Molly Buckles with just 1. And also the leaders for Goddard are Presley Schmidt and Lauren Gordon with 14. Mariah Coleman has 12 at the timeout. And the only other player to score is Soraya Potter with 3. And looking at other individual numbers for Hayes High's leaders, the leader in rebounds is Zoe Winter with 6. The assist leader is Molly Martin with 5, and she also leads the steals category with 4. And looking at Goddard's stat leaders, the leading rebounder is Soraya Potter with 5, and the leader in assists is Sydney Healy with 2, and she also leads steals with 3, and Mariah Coleman has 3 blocks to lead that category. So as the two teams come out of the timeout, on the floor for Goddard, it's Lauren Gordon, Mariah Coleman, Soraya Potter, as well also Sadie Bauer and Presley Schmidt. And for Hayes High, it's Riley Dreher, who's inbounding to Molly Martin, as well as Kenley Winter, Zoe Winter, and Katie Lindenberger. Martin will just walk it up the floor, waiting for someone to get open. She'll find Riley Dreher on the left wing, gets a screen, and now she'll try driving. Will back down her man, and we'll kick it out. to Zoe Winter, and Martin will take it. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the sub-state matchup, and Martin will go past her defender, can't get the layup to go, and it's rebounded by Mariah Coleman for her 5th of the game. With it now is Schmidt. Student section starting to make some noise. 46 seconds to go. Potter with the ball being guarded by Lindenberger. Waiting for someone to get open. She'll find Mariah Coleman, and with it now is Presley Schmidt. She'll try driving, almost lost it, and we're going to get a foul against Kenley Winter, which will be her 4th of the game. Kenley doesn't believe that she enforced a foul. A lot of people in this building thought Presley Schmidt just lost her balance. But either way, it's the 4th team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. And inbounding it now is Lauren Gordon. 37 seconds to go. She takes the ball from the ref. And she's looking for someone to get open, trying to get into Presley Schmidt. She was unable to do so. We'll find Mariah Coleman instead, being guarded by Dreher. 30 seconds to go, and Schmidt will take the handoff. And Winter will guard her, and now Soraya Potter will take the pass. Coleman will drive, being guarded by Dreher, and her layup is no good. And the ball being fought for, it's on the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow is pointing to Goddard. So it'll be Coleman inbounding it. There's now just 18 seconds to go, as they'll go with 2 on the block and 2 on the free throw line for Goddard's inbounding formation. They'll throw it into Soraya Potter, kick it out to Coleman, and now Schmidt's wide open three-pointer on the way. No good. It's going out of bounds, and she's able to save it, and we'll kick it out to Coleman, and we're going to get a timeout called by Goddard, and we'll step away as they talk things over. There's just 7 seconds to go. It's tied at 43, and we'll see what happens after this timeout. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Following the Goddard timeout, they will have the ball under the basket, or correction, by the student section with 7 seconds to go. It's Mariah Coleman inbounding it. She'll look, can't find anyone to throw it to, finally finds Presley Schmidt. She's guarded by Kenley Winter. She'll try driving, do a spin move with 4 seconds, lost the ball, and it's on the floor, and Hayes High's got it, and it's a jump ball with 1 second to go. We'll see what they can do with it, if they'll try a miracle shot at the buzzer, or if they'll just take it to overtime. But the Hayes High will call a timeout. It will be, refs haven't signaled yet if it's a 30-second or full, and now they will. It's a full timeout with 43 seconds to go. So, or with 1 second to go. It's Hayes High 43, Goddard 43. So we'll be back in a moment to see how this one plays out. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout. We'll see what they can do with 1 second to go. And Riley Dreher will just throw a baseball pass across court, and it's tipped. Kenley Winter gets the rebound, tries a 3 at the buzzer, and it was the ref signals they did not get it off in time. So this game is going to go to overtime, 43-43. And we'll take a second to look back at how this 4th quarter played out. Hayes High started it out with the lead, 32-30, and capitalized right away on a 3-pointer from Kenley Winter to take a 35-30 advantage. 2 teams exchanged baskets, and Hayes High led 39-36, but then 2 free throws from Presley Schmidt would make it 39-38. And Hayes High's next few baskets would be a Zoe Winter free throw, and then the final basket for Hayes High was a 3-pointer by Kenley Winter. And for Goddard, they finished it with a 3-pointer from Lauren Gordon, which is, aside from 1 shot from the field, that's how she's gotten all of her points. She's made 4 3-pointers tonight and is 14 as we go to overtime. And the final basket of that 4th quarter for Goddard was a layup by number 4, Presley Schmidt. And we'll take a look back at the scoring leaders for each team. For Hayes High, it's Katie Lunenberger with 15, and for Goddard, it's a tie between Presley Schmidt and Lauren Gordon, both with 14. So they're now ready to start overtime. It's a 4-minute quarter for this, as Hayes High has their starters on the floor, and Goddard has the same starters as well. It's Lindenberger and Coleman going up with the tip, and Lindenberger was able to get it, and it is almost stolen, and it's Lauren Gordon dove in to get the ball, and they're just going to jump once again. because no team had a clear possession of it. And the jump is up, and this time it goes to Hayes High, and this overtime period is underway. Martin will just walk it up the floor. She'll find Riley Dreher. She'll pump fake a three, drive, and will kick it back out to Kinley Winter. Looks as she picks up her dribble, tries to find someone to throw it to, and Riley Dreher picks it up as it was a loose ball. She finds Zoe Winter wide open underneath the basket, and that's the first points of this overtime period. Zoe Winter now up to 11 points with that last bucket. As Goddard waits for their offense to get set up, it's Presley Schmidt with the ball. She'll throw it over and find Soraya Potter, and she'll kick it over to Coleman in between the right wing and right corner. She'll just try working it around, and Kinley Winter comes out with the steal, and it's her third of the game. 3 minutes to go. It's Molly Martin bringing it up the floor. She'll kick it over to Zoe Winter. Now she'll try a three-pointer. It's no good. And Molly Martin came out with the rebound, but as she went up with it, she'll be called for a travel. And Goddard's going to get it back. It'll be Gordon inbounding it for Goddard, and Schmidt bringing up the floor once again. Schmidt will just wait for the offense to set up as she will go towards that left side. It's going to be an illegal screen against Mariah Coleman, and that'll be her 5th foul of the game as she's the first player for either team to foul out tonight. In her place, it'll be number 10, Sydney Hall. So for the Lions on the floor, it's Sadie Bauer, Presley Schmidt, Soraya Potter, and Sydney Healy, as well as Lauren Gordon. Dreher will inbound it to Martin as she just walks it up the floor. She'll stand near the Y of the midcourt logo, and now it'll be thrown inside from Dreher to Linenberger, and the rebound is a jump ball, and it's going to go towards, and the arrow is facing Goddard. It's inbounded to Presley Schmidt as she passes the midcourt logo with 2:25 to go, and it's batted out of bounds by Riley Dreher, and it was last touched by number 10 of the Lions, Sydney Healy. Hayes High is going to get it back. Dreher will inbound it to Martin right in front of the Goddard bench. She'll just walk it up the floor. 2:15 to go now. And she just waits for the offense to set up. She'll go past Potter, and we'll kick it out to Winter. Now she'll drive, stop, and now we'll kick it out to Riley Dreher. She'll go towards the free throw line and give it to Molly Martin. We're now within the final 2 minutes as Martin kicks it out to Winter, waiting for the offense to set up. She'll throw it over to Riley Dreher, who almost had it stolen by Presley Schmidt, and now it's poked out of bounds, and it's going to be Hayes High ball. It's now 1:49 to go. Riley Dreher will inbound it. And Molly Martin will take it in the backcourt, and now will pass half court with 1:46 to go. She'll drive right past Soraya Potter. Will go up for the layup, and she's going to get called for a charge. So the shot will not count, and that's the second foul of the game for Molly Martin. So Goddard has a chance to possibly tie it or take the lead on this possession, depending on what they shoot. They've made 9 threes so far tonight. As Schmidt will walk it up the floor, she'll try a three-pointer right away. That's no good. And Riley Dreher has her first rebound of the game, but she loses it right away as it's stolen by Sydney Healy. And now the jump shot is good. I believe it was Lauren Gordon that took it. And it's tied up once again. With the ball now is Riley Dreher. She'll kick it over to Kimberly Winter, and now we'll find Molly Martin. We're approaching the final minute of this overtime period, and now it kicks it out. Martin kicks it out to Zoe Winter, does a spin move, tries a layup, and it's good! 47-45, Hayes High in front. Winter now up to 13 points with that last bucket. as Schmidt with the ball. She'll kick it out to Sydney Healy. 43 seconds to go. Student section going crazy right now. It's kicked out to Soraya Potter. She'll drive, try a jump shot, and it's off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Zoe Winter. And she'll be fouled, and it'll be number 2, Sadie Bauer, with her 3rd of the game. And with that foul, Hayes High will now go to the free throw line. It'll be Zoe Winter attempting the free throws. Like we mentioned earlier, 69% on the season. She's made she's made 2 so far tonight and can possibly give Hayes High a 2-possession lead. The whole building goes quiet as her first free throw is good. Hayes High now 10 for 20 from the free throw range. And Winter's second free throw is good. 15 points now for Winter. And Hayes High has a 2-possession lead in the final 34 seconds, and a timeout will be called. And it was Hayes High who actually called it. It's a full timeout, so we'll step away as they talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Following the Hayes High timeout, it is Goddard balls. They'll inbound it on. It'll be Lauren Gordon inbounding it, and Schmidt will bring it up the floor trying to hurry. And we're now going to get another timeout, this time from Goddard. It's a full timeout, and we'll keep it right here and take a look at our numbers at the moment. For Hayes High's now got 2 players tied as the leading scorer between Katie Lindenberger and Zoe Winter, each with 15. And the leading scorer for Goddard is Lauren Gordon with 16, and behind her is Presley Schmidt with 14. And also in double figures is Mariah Coleman with 12. And if we can, we'll try to get a score update from that Bishop Carroll and Andover Central game, and we do. And at the break, or at the half, it's Bishop Carroll 23, Andover Central 17. So if Bishop Carroll wins that game, the winner of this game will make the trip to Wichita on Saturday, which is March 2nd. And if Andover Central can come back and win that game, the winner of this game will play at home against Andover Central on Saturday. So on the floor for Goddard following the timeout, it's Lauren Gordon, Presley Schmidt, Sydney Healy, Sadie Bauer, and Soraya Potter. For Hayes High, it's Riley Dreher, Kenley Winter, Katie Lindenberger, Zoe Winter, and Molly Martin. As Schmidt takes the inbound, she'll throw it over and find Healy, and almost lost the ball as Gordon will throw it to Schmidt, and they got to do something quickly. There's only 20 seconds left, and now a shot is no good. And the rebound goes to Katie Lindenberger as she looks for someone to throw it to, and she gets fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line with 14 seconds to go. Lindenberger will go to the free throw line. It's the second foul called against Soraya Potter, as Lindenberger tries to be the sole possessor of the leading scorer for Hayes High, which can bring her total up to 16 with this first free throw. It takes a bounce off the front of the rim and goes in. 50-45, Hayes High in front. And Hayes High will bring all 4 of their other players back as Lindenberger gets ready to attempt her second free throw to make it a 6-point lead, and she does just that. 51-45, Hayes High in front. Goddard has to do something if they have any hopes of a comeback, as Schmidt misses her first free throw, and the rebound goes to Molly Martin. Schmidt misses her layup as the rebound goes to Molly Martin, and she's fouled, and she'll go back to the line. Hayes High will once again bring all their other players back as Molly Martin's at the free throw line. Can enter double figures with just 1 free throw right here as they'll make a substitution for Goddard. Lauren Gordon will come out of the game to a standing ovation as she is a senior and interplaces the sophomore Audie Phillips. And Martin's first free throw is good, and she's now into double figures with 10. 52-45, Hayes High lead. Martin can make it an 8-point lead, and she does just that. And Schmidt will try a shot at the buzzer that goes in and out, and that will do it as Hayes High wins it by a score of 53-45 for their 16th victory of the season, and they will set up a date on Saturday with either Bishop Carroll in Wichita or Andover Central here in Hayes. And for Goddard, they end their season with a record of 9-12, and we'll have our post-game show when we come back. Again, Hayes High wins it 53-45, so we'll take a look at scoring and stats when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the post-game show as the Hayes High Lady Indians secure their spot in the Sub-State Championship as they defeat Goddard 53-45. We'll start off the post-game show by looking back at the scoring. Goddard jumped out to a 2-1 lead in the game, but then Hayes High would respond with an 8-0 run, starting with buckets from Zoe Winter and Katie Lindenberger, and finish off with a Morgan Armbruster 3. And then Goddard would respond with a 9-0 run of their own to get an 11-9 advantage, starting with a three-pointer from Mariah Coleman, and the final points of that run being a shot and an and one from Presley Schmidt. And then Hayes High would tie it in the final seconds with Molly Martin hitting a layup to give Hayes High to tie the game at 11-all at the end of the first quarter. And Hayes High would score the first points of the second quarter to go up 13-11. And Goddard would respond with a three-pointer from Mariah Coleman. And then Hayes High would go on a 7-0 run, starting with a free throw and then a shot from the field from Katie Lindenberger. And then the final two shots would come from Zoe Winter and then Katie Lindenberger again to give Hayes High a 20-14 lead. And then a three-pointer from Lauren Gordon would cut that lead down to 3. And at the end of the first half, it was Hayes High 23, Goddard 20. And Goddard started the third quarter with the first 7 points of that quarter to get a 27-23 lead. And then Hayes High would score the next 5 points to go up by 1. And Goddard would tie it with a free throw from Soraya Potter, and then a shot from Katie Lindenberger, followed by a Molly Buckles free throw, got Hayes High back to a 3-point lead. And then 2 free throws from Presley Schmidt cut the lead down to 1. And Katie Lindenberger had the final points of the third quarter with just a free throw. And Kinley Winter started off the fourth quarter with a 3. And Goddard responded with another three-pointer of their own from Mariah Coleman. And the two teams went back and forth for the rest of that fourth quarter. And Hayes High would jump out to a 43-38 lead off of another Kinley Winter 3. But then Goddard would score the final 5 points with a three-pointer from Lauren Gordon and a Presley Schmidt layup to make it 43-43 and would send the game to overtime. And then Hayes High would outscore the Lions in that overtime period 10-2. And it started with a Zoe Winter layup, followed by Goddard's only points from Lauren Gordon. And after it was tied 45-45, Hayes High would start with a layup and an and one from Zoe Winter to go up by 3. And then it was finished off with 5 straight free throws, starting with Zoe Winter, followed by 2 from Katie Lindenberger and 2 from Molly Martin. And at the end, Hayes High prevails 53-45. We'll now take a look at our individual numbers, starting off with Hayes High. Their scoring leader was Katie Lindenberger with 17, and Zoe Winter finished with 15 right behind her. And Molly Martin was the third player for Hayes High to enter double figures with 11. And behind her was Kinley Winter with 6, and Morgan Armbruster with 3, and Molly Buckles with 1. For Goddard, their leading scorers were Lauren Gordon with 16, and Presley Schmidt with 14, and Mariah Coleman with 12. So both teams had 3 players enter double figures, and their only other scorer was Soraya Potter with 3. And looking at Hayes High's other individual numbers, it was Annie Humphrey picking up 3 rebounds and a block. Katie Lindenberger had 4 rebounds, and Molly Martin finished with 5 rebounds, as well as she was the leader in assists with 5 and the leader in steals with 4. And Kinley Winter had a rebound and 3 steals. And also going down the list, Riley Dreher had 1 rebound and 4 assists. And Morgan Armbruster had a rebound and a steal. And Molly Buckles had a rebound as well. And finally, Zoe Winter led the game in rebounds for Hayes High with 7, while also getting an assist and a steal. And Mariah Coleman for Goddard finished with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Finley Stevens picked up 1 assist, and Sadie Bauer had a steal. And Soraya Potter would finish with 5 rebounds as well as an assist and a steal. And Presley Schmidt had 5 rebounds as well, while also getting an assist and a steal as well. So Sydney Healy was finished with 2 rebounds as well as a block, 2 assists, and 3 steals, making her the leader in the steals category for Goddard. And finally, Lauren Gordon finished with 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Now we'll take a look at the final team numbers for Hayes High. They went 17 for 41 from the field, at 4 for 8 from three-point range, and 15 for 25 at the free throw line. They picked up 23 team rebounds, which was 11 in the first half and 12 in the second. They also had 10 assists as well as 9 steals and 1 block. For Goddard, they went 12 for 42 from the field, while also going 9 for 22 from three-point range and 9 for 10 at the free throw line. And they picked up 19 team rebounds, 9 in the first half, 10 in the second half, as well as 5 assists, 8 steals, and 4 blocks. So that'll do it for our post-game show of the girls' game, and when we come back, we'll have our pregame show of the boys' game. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as the Hayes High boys get ready to take on Goddard in the 7-seed versus 10-seed matchup of the 5A West Substate. Before we run down each team, we'll take a look at some scores in the 5A West and the 5A East. Hayes High and Goddard are the only 2 5A boys teams playing tonight. So we'll take a look at the final scores starting in the 5A East. Highland Park prevails, almost doubling their score over KC Turner by a score of 85-43. And they will take on Bonner Springs, who is the only lower seed to win out of every team in 5A substates. So it'll be Highland Park and Bonner Springs on Friday night in a 1-seed versus 9-seed matchup. DeSoto, as the 4-seed, defeats Schlegel 56-29, and Pittsburgh defeated Spring Hill 71-58. So the Dragons and the Wildcats will face each other there. Piper wins by 37 over Lansing, and Blue Valley Southwest defeated Baser Linwood by a score of 47-44, as Piper will take on the Timberwolves in a 2-seed versus 7-seed matchup. And Shawnee Heights defeated St. James Academy 63-40, and St. Thomas Aquinas beat Sumner Academy 73-50. So those two will face each other. And looking at the 5A West, May South prevails as the 1-seed over Valley Center 83-60, and they will take on Andover Central, who beat Emporia 48-45. Great Bend wins at home over Bishop Carroll 54-51, and Hutchinson defeats Eisenhower 69-63. So those two will face each other in Great Bend on Friday. And the winner of tonight's game will take on Cape and Mount Carmel as they defeated Arkansas City 74-40. So whoever wins tonight will face off against the Crusaders on Friday. And finally, in the 3-seed versus 14-seed matchup of the 5A West, Andover defeats Salina Central 65-61, and they will take on the 6-seeded Topeka West Mustangs, who defeat Seaman 65-45. So now we'll run down each team, and we'll start with Hayes High, who enters tonight's game with a record of 13-7, and they're 7-1 in WAC play, which with that record it gives them their 4th WAC title in the last 5 seasons. And they lost their final regular season game to Great Bend 67-54, making it their only loss in WAC play. And looking back on that game, the Panthers scored the first 7 points of the game and led from start to finish as they had a 16-4 advantage at the end of the first 8 minutes. And Great Bend continued to push their lead as they had a 15-point lead at the end of the first half by a score of 26-11. And Hayes High's offense finally started to get something going in the third quarter as they scored 15, but the Panthers didn't stop it. They scored 19 that quarter for a 19-point lead going into the fourth. And the Indians were able to go on a 12-2 run to cut the lead down as it would help their sub-state seeding if they cut down the Great Bend margin. But in the end, the Panthers prevailed 67-54, and Hayes High fell down to the 7th seed. And 2 Indians went into double figures in that game as Jack Weimer finished with 18, which was a game high for both teams. And Trey Oakley had 13 as those two scored 57% of Hayes High's points. Now looking over at Goddard, they come in with a record of 12-8 as the 10 seed, and a team that finished 3rd in the standings for the Arkansas Valley Chisholm Trail League. And they started the season red hot. If you look back at the beginning of their season, they started with a record of 8-1, but they would then go on a 4-game losing streak and then continue to have ups and downs in their schedule near the end of the regular season. And their most recent game was an 11-point win over Arkansas City, who is the 15 seed, that's who Cape and Mount Carmel defeated. And looking back at that game, they had a double-digit lead at halftime and used a 22-point third quarter to lead 51-27 going into the final 8 minutes. And the Bulldogs would score 26 points in the fourth, but it didn't matter as the Lions ended their regular season with a 64-53 win. And when you look at this team for Goddard, this is a team with multiple double-digit scores, as this team relies on a senior trio of Logan Davis, who also leads the team in steals. and also team assist leader Nick Rogers, and rebounding leader and leading scorer Jake Jasnowski. So that'll do it for our post-game show. When we come back, we'll have for our pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and our first half action. When we come back, this is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School, as we're about ready to tip off tonight's action of the 7-seed versus 10-seed matchup between Hayes High and Goddard. But before we do that, we'll let you know who's the starters for tonight's game. Starting off with Goddard in the backcourt, they'll go with the senior Logan Davis, Nick Rogers at the 2 spot, and Micah Johnson at the 3. And in the front court, it'll be number 23, Ashton Sell at the 4, and number 5, number 34, Jake Jasnowski. And for Hayes High, Jack Weimer will be at the point, and the shooting guard position will be filled by Trey Oakley. At small forward, it's Edwin Moeller wearing number 24, and Kaiser Fox will wear number 32 as the power forward, and the center is number 34, Dawson Reuter. So we'll give you a uniform description as well. Hayes High going all white with maroon and gold stripes, with Hayes across the front of the chest in white with a maroon outline, and the numbers are maroon with a gold outline. And for Goddard, they are going all blue with black stripes on the shoulders, pants, and neck, and lions across the front in black letters and numbers with a white outline. As the tip goes to Goddard, we are underway here at Hayes High School. Bring up the floor is Davis, being guarded by Weimer. He'll throw it to the left wing, and with it is Rogers. And those two just go back and forth for a second. As they'll throw it inside, they find Jasnowski being guarded by Reuter, and they'll fake a handoff and kick it back out. With it now is Rogers. He'll throw it back inside to Jasnowski. As he gets double teamed by Weimer and Reuter, he'll try throwing it out and will, and Logan Davis will take it, being guarded by Kaiser Fox. Throws it to the left corner, and Ashton Sell thought about driving, but it'll be a pass by number 20, Micah Johnson, and they'll go inside with it as Ashton Sell finds Logan Davis, and Ashton Sell gets his first assist, and Logan Davis has the first points of the game. Bring up the floor is Jack Weimer, getting pressured by Micah Johnson. He'll stop, and we'll wait for the offense to set up as we're through the first minute of the game. He'll throw it over to Dawson Reuter on the right wing, and he'll find Kaiser Fox as the Indians just work around the arc. Inside to Reuter. He tries a hook shot, and it goes in and out, no good, and the rebound is to Nick Rogers. He'll bring it up the floor and go towards the left wing. He'll drive, being guarded by Moeller, does a spin move, fadeaway shot, no good, and Moeller has the rebound. It's Weimer with the ball on the left wing. He'll throw it over to Fox, and he'll fake the handoff to Weimer. Now we'll just throw it back as Weimer stands in between the H and the A of Hayes across the front of the court. And now Moeller will take it off of a pass from Weimer, and we'll find Kaiser Fox open in the left corner. Oakley will kick it out to Weimer, thought about trying a right wing 3, and instead will throw it in to Dawson Reuter, who does a spin move, kicks it out. Trey Oakley will now try a 3-pointer on the way, no good, and rebounded by Logan Davis for his first. Hayes High still in search of their first points of the game as they tried passing it out. It's a foul against Jake Jasnowski. They tried getting him the pass, and he pushed Kaiser Fox to the floor, and that'll be the first foul for either team in this one. It's Moeller with he'll throw it into Jack Weimer, being guarded by Micah Johnson. He'll throw it over and find Trey Oakley on the right wing. Reuter with the ball now will try a 3-pointer. It's on the way, and it's good. Trey Oakley will get the assist, and Hayes High leads it 3-2. With it now is Rogers, being guarded by Moeller. He almost lost the ball. Instead kicks it out to Micah Johnson. He'll try driving, and he'll get called for a charge. It's Trey Oakley who took it as Micah Johnson drove in on the left side of the basket to try to get to a layup. But instead it's another turnover for Goddard, and second team foul and first for Micah Johnson. Jack Weimer with it, being guarded by Ashton Sell this time. Waits for the offense to get going as he stands on the H of the midcourt logo. Kaiser Fox faked the handoff to Weimer, will stop, do a spin move, try a jump shot in the lane, no good, and Micah Johnson comes out with the rebound. With it now is Nick Rogers, and it throws it inside. Jake Jasnowski layup, no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Goddard. We'll see our first substitution of the game as the 6-foot junior Bryson Warren checks in place of Micah Johnson. And the inbound is taken by Jake Jesnowski. And Rogers will take it and throw it in the left corner to Logan Davis. He'll drive, try a shot, no good. And the rebound goes to Jack Weimer for his first of the game. Muller with the ball will throw it inside, find Kaiser Fox. Backs down his man, kicks it out. Muller will try a three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound is still being fought for. Oakley will almost got it, but instead Ashton Sell will come out with it. And we're going to get a foul against Hayes High. It'll be Jack Weimer who's called for the foul for his first, and the first team foul for Hayes High. The rebound was being fought for, and a player for Goddard got shoved out of bounds, and that's where Weimer was called for it. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's Hayes High 3, Goddard 2. And with it now is Logan Davis being guarded by Muller, does some moves, tries a reverse layup, no good, and Trey Oakley has the rebound, his first of the game. With it now is Weimer. He'll drive, do a hop step, and has it stolen by number 2, Bryson Warren. And at the other end, he'll try a layup, and he gets Goddard the lead back. Bryson Warren was not a starter, but he scored all 4 of Goddard's points so far. And now with it is Trey Oakley on the left wing. He'll find Kaiser Fox. Hayes High just working around the arc as Edwin Muller has it. He'll do a bounce pass inside. Dawson Reuter off the glass, no good. Trey Oakley still going for the rebound, but it's actually Logan Davis that comes out with it. And at the other end, the layup is no good for Ashton Sell, but it's going to be a shooting foul against Hayes High. They'll say it's against number 32, Kaiser Fox. And Goddard will go to the line for some free throws. Isaac Fox will check in a moment. Not sure who he's going in for, but it'll be Ashton Sell at the free throw line. And his first one is up and takes a couple bounces and goes in. As we just had a substitution for both teams. Jake Jesnowski checks out for Goddard, and the second free throw for Ashton Sell is no good. Isaac Fox checked in for Kaiser Fox, and Jack Weimer has it. We'll find Edwin Muller, and now Weimer will take it back, and Goddard playing zone defense. And Reuter will find Fox, who finds Oakley, and his shot no good. Fox with the putback, no good. But Dawson Reuter gets the third time's the charm for Hayes High. With it now is Nick Rogers being guarded by Weimer. Tied up at 5 through the first 5 minutes of the contest. They kick it out. Ashton Sell with it, and now a drive from Nick Rogers. Doing some spin moves. He tries a shot over Muller. Tightly contested, no good, and Dawson Reuter has another rebound. With it is Weimer. He stops as he was trying to go towards the left wing. We'll find Trey Oakley, and he'll just give it back to Weimer. As he looks for an open man, he finds Oakley. Goddard still in zone defense. He finds Isaac Fox, goes inside to Muller, gets double teamed, and now triple teamed, kicks it out. Weimer thought about trying a 3, instead will drive, try a floater, no good. And the rebound goes to Nick Rogers for Goddard. They'll drive, and the floater is no good for Nick Rogers, but he gets his own miss, and that's his 3rd rebound of the game. With it, Rogers has it, or correction, actually it's Sell with the ball, and now he'll throw it to Rogers. And Logan Davis will take it, being guarded by Weimer. Finds Sell once again. He's guarded by Trey Oakley. They hand it off. Warren will try a layup that's no good, and the rebound goes to Jack Weimer for his second. Weimer will go towards that right wing. Will throw it over and find Isaac Fox. Does some pump fakes and finds Weimer. Now he'll have it stolen as Ashton Sell will go to the other end. And the layup is almost rolled out, but it goes in. And Goddard's back in front with a 7-5 lead. And now we're going to get a foul from Goddard at the other end as Jack Weimer hit the deck, and it's Ashton Sell who's called for his first foul of the game. It's the 3rd team foul for the Lions, and we'll see a substitution now as one of the Lions starters, Micah Johnson, checks back in place of another starter, Ashton Sell. And for Hayes High on the floor, it's Jonathan Cano, Dawson Reuter, Edwin Muller, Isaac Fox, and Cooper Lindenmeyer. Only 2 starters on the floor for Hayes High, as Lindenmeyer will throw it in and find Reuter. As he waits, he'll find Cano on the handoff, and Cano will go all the way to the basket, can't get the layup to go, and Bryson Warren comes out with his first rebound of the game. At the other end, it's Logan Davis. He finds a wide open man. It's Landon Durbin trying a 3, and he gets it to go. So Hayes High will call a timeout as Goddard has a 10-5 lead. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and we'll step away as they talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout, as bringing up the floor is Jonathan Cano. He'll throw it over and find Edwin Muller. A minute 9 to go here in the first quarter, and Reuter with the ball will try throwing it inside. Cooper Lindenmeyer bobbles it, and he loses it out of bounds, and it's Goddard ball. So inbounding it now will be Bryson Warren, who throws it in to Nick Rogers. He'll get a screen. Will go past Cano, and Cano was able to poke it free, and they kick it out to Landon Durbin, who sets a screen, and Logan Davis had to look for a second, but instead will throw it over to Micah Johnson. As Bryson Warren waits for the offense to get set up, he'll hand it off to Rogers, and now he'll fake a handoff, and it's going to be a foul against Hayes High as Nick Rogers fell to the floor with the ball. It's going to go against Edwin Muller for his first and the 3rd team foul for Hayes High. Inbounding it will be Bryson Warren, as it'll be Nick Rogers walking it up the floor. He'll be tightly contested against Cano. He'll go towards the right wing, try to get past Cano. Cano playing great defense, and now he'll drive, stop at the right block, and try throwing it to Landon Durbin, but a little miscommunication will cause it to end up in the hands of Logan Davis as he tries to work past the Hayes High defense. And with it is Bryson Warren. 13 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Muller on the defense against Davis. Davis will now try a fadeaway jumper, and it's good. As Hayes High will try a full court shot at the buzzer, Edwin Muller couldn't get it off in time, and as we go to the end of the first quarter, it's Goddard 12, Hayes High 5. So we'll step away and have our second quarter action when we come back. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we get set to start the second quarter. It's Hayes High with the ball right now as Jack Weimer took the inbound to throw it over to Jonathan Cano. And now back to Weimer as he just walks up. Goddard still in zone defense. It's now Cano with it. He'll throw it in the left corner for Kaiser Fox. Just checked back in, and now he'll give it off to Isaac Fox, who will try driving in, have it poked free, and Kaiser's able to get it back. Cano throws it over to Weimer. Hayes High just working around, looking for an open shot. Lindenmeyer goes inside to Kaiser, and he'll kick it back out to Cooper. And now Jonathan Cano on a cross-court pass will try a three-pointer that's no good, and it'll be a foul against Goddard as the rebound was being fought for. They're going to get it against number 2, Bryson Warren, as he tried batting it away. It caused Cooper Lindenmeyer to fall to the floor, and Jack Weimer will inbound it to Isaac Fox, and now we'll hand it off to Weimer, and he'll try a jump shot from the free throw line that's no good, and the rebound will go to Ashton Sell for the Lions. With it now is Logan Davis being guarded by Cano. We're about through the first minute of this second quarter. As he'll throw it over, he'll find Jake Jesnowski. He'll do a spin move, and he's going to get called for a travel. So Hayes High is going to get it back. It's still Goddard 12, Hayes High 5, as both teams looking for their first points of the second quarter. Dawson Reuter will check back in place of Cooper Lindenmeyer, or correction, Trey Oakley will check back in place of Cooper Lindenmeyer, and Dawson Reuter will check in place of Isaac Fox. With it right now is Weimer being guarded by Ashton Sell. He'll cross midcourt and wait for someone to get open. He'll find Oakley, who gives it over to Kaiser. Inside to Reuter, does a spin move off of one dribble, and he gets the layup to go. And Kaiser Fox will be given the assist, as Dawson Reuter has scored all 7 of Hayes High's points. And now at the other end, it'll be a foul against Hayes High as Jake Jesnowski drove in, and he'll go to the free throw line. He'll be called against Dawson Reuter for the first team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. And his first free throw is good. As he gets ready for his second one, it goes in and out, and Trey Oakley's got the rebound for Hayes High. With it now is Jack Weimer on the H of the Hayes logo at midcourt. He waits for someone to get open and will now work towards the left wing, but instead threw it over to Jonathan Cano. And now Trey Oakley has it on the right corner, back to Cano, inside to Reuter, looking, finds Oakley. He'll try a wide open three from the right corner and get it to go. And Dawson Reuter will be given his first assist of the night, and Hayes High's cut it back down to a single possession game. And the three-pointer for the Lions is no good, and getting the rebound is Jack Weimer. And now he's fouled at the other end, and it will go against number 23, Ashton Sell, for his second, and it's also the second team foul for the Lions. And with that foul, Sell will check out, and one of the other starters, Micah Johnson, will check back in. It's Trey Oakley with it. On the inbound, he'll find Jack Weimer. Hayes High trails by 3 with 5:54 to go here in the second quarter. It's Cano with the ball. He'll look and find Weimer once again. Oakley once again will get in the right corner, and this time we'll throw it inside to Fox, who throws it inside to Reuter, and he'll get fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the line. This will be the first attempted free throw for Hayes High tonight, and it'll go against number 30, Nick Rogers. As Reuter goes to the free throw line, he's 66% on the year, making him tied for second as the Hayes High leaders in free throw percentage, and his first one is good. So there'll be a substitution as Edwin Muller will check back in and Jonathan Cano will check out. And Dawson Reuter can make it a one-point game if he can make it right here. The free throw is up and good. So the first two attempted free throws as a team for Hayes High have their stat line at 2 for 2, and now a three-pointer will be on the way for Logan Davis, and it's no good, but the rebound goes to number 30, Nick Rogers, for his fourth. And now there'll be a floater on the way from Bryson Warren, and it's good. So Goddard back up to a three-point lead. And Kaiser Fox will try driving in. He'll stop and kick it out. Jack Weimer, left wing three on the way. It's good, and we're tied up. Jack Weimer's first points of the game. And Hayes High's now 3 for 5 from three-point range as Micah Johnson drives, stops, kicks it out to Bryson Warren. He'll do a spin move and find Logan Davis being guarded by Edwin Muller. And he'll get a screen. Edwin's still guarding Davis, doing some great dribble moves, and Bryson Warren will hand it off. And shot off the glass is no good, and it's another charge against the Lions, and Bryson Warren will be called for it. The fourth team foul of the quarter for Goddard. That's also Bryson Warren's second personal foul. And Muller inbounds it to Weimer as he'll walk it up the floor, being guarded by Micah Johnson. 4:32 to go here in the second quarter. He hands it off to Muller, who finds Trey Oakley, and now Weimer gets it back. Thought about trying a three in the left corner. Has it stolen from him by Micah Johnson, and that's his first of the game. With it now is Logan Davis. He'll throw it over and find Bryson Warren. Inside, it's Jake Jesnowski who will throw the pass to Micah Johnson and gets the layup to go, and it's going to be a foul as well. It's Micah Johnson's first points of the game, and Goddard's back in front to a 17-15 lead. And we'll see Isaac Fox check back into the game for Hayes High. And he'll go in place of Kaiser Fox, as Micah Johnson's free throw right here can give Goddard a three-point lead once again, and he can't get it to go. And getting the rebound is Trey Oakley, his fourth of the game. With it now is Oakley. He'll throw it over to Dawson Reuter. Takes one dribble and kicks it back out. Oakley will try another three from the left wing this time. It's no good. And Micah Johnson's got another rebound. With it at the other end, Jesnowski will drive and can't get the layup to go, and Dawson Reuter comes down with his third. And now it's a foul against the Lions. I think they're going to say it's number 2, Bryson Warren, and that is who it will be. And that's his third foul now of this game, and it's the 5th team foul for Goddard. So now Hayes High is in the bonus. So that will send Hayes High's leader in free throw percentage, Jack Weimer, to the line. 80% this season. So far tonight, he's picked up 3 points and 3 rebounds with those points coming off of 1 3-pointer. And his first free throw is up and good. So it's back to a 1-point game once again. Hayes High still perfect at the line at 3 for 3. And Weimer will get ready to attempt his second free throw as he tries to tie it up. It is up, and it takes a couple bounces, no good. But Isaac Fox is there to get the rebound as he does some spin moves. He lost it over to Jack Weimer at the top of the arc, and Hayes High will just set their offense back up once again. Edwin Muller with it off of a pass from Jack Weimer. He'll throw it over to Isaac Fox on the left wing. Jack with it will pump fake and will try to drive. Will stop before he entered 2-point range, and we'll throw it over to it's Trey Oakley who throws it over to Edwin Muller, who will now drive, find Dawson Reuter, and the layup is good. Reuter's now into double figures with 11 as Hayes High leads 18-17, and there was a foul called against the Indians. It's Edwin Muller with the third team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. And we'll see Muller check out once again as he currently has 2. In his place will be Jonathan Cano. Nick Rogers will throw it in and bring it up as Logan Davis as he makes a quick pass to Jake Jesnowski, being guarded by Dawson Reuter. He'll now drive, do a spin move, get triple teamed underneath the basket, and it's going to be a foul against Hayes High. They'll call it against Isaac Fox for his first and the 14th foul of the quarter for Hayes High. So Jesnowski will go to the line. His only points so far tonight are off of a free throw, and he gets his second one from a free throw as well. So it's back to a tie game. And his second free throw is up, and it's good as well, as Goddard goes back in front to a 19-18 lead. And Jesnowski will check out as well, currently with 3 points and an assist as well. With it now is Jack Weimer. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. He's being guarded by Micah Johnson. He'll find Jonathan Cano, who looks and will instead just give it back to Weimer. And Weimer will try driving and will find Jonathan Cano. He was wide open, but instead will find Isaac Fox. And Reuter will try a jump shot from the free throw line and can't get it to go. And Trey Oakley jumped in to try to get the rebound, but he touched it last as it went out of bounds. So it'll be Goddard ball once again. Logan Davis with it will throw it into DeIrvin Phillips, who just checked in for the first time tonight. And Hayes High getting a lot of pressure on the Goddard offense. Rogers will drive to the other end and can't get it to go, and Isaac Fox has the rebound. Both teams shooting 33% from the field. Hayes High 6 for 18, Goddard 5 for 15. Isaac Fox with it will find Jonathan Cano. He'll throw it over to Jack Weimer, drives, tries a jump shot from the left baseline, can't get it to go. Dawson Reuter's got the rebound, tries to go up with it, but gets it stolen, and it's another, it's the first steal for Nick Rogers, and it's a foul against Jack Weimer for Hayes High. The foul will go against number 12, Jack Weimer, and that's the 5th team foul for Hayes High, so both teams in the bonus. With the free throws, it'll be Nick Rogers, and his first one is good. His first points of the game. He's second in scoring for the Lions. And his second free throw is up, and it is off the back iron, no good, and Dawson Reuter comes down with his 5th rebound of the game. With it is Jonathan Cano, waiting for someone to get open. He'll throw it to Trey Oakley in the right corner as he looks, tries to find someone open. He'll throw it back to Jonathan Cano, and he'll find Cooper Johnson. And with it is Isaac Fox. And now Jonathan Cano has a wide open three from the right wing. And he buries it to give Hayes High the lead. Jonathan Cano's first points of the game. And at the other end, it'll be a charging foul against Goddard. And Hayes High is going to get it back. Trey Oakley got a little banged up on that one, but it looks like he'll stay on the floor as he's able to run to the other end. And Cooper Johnson will inbound it to Jonathan Cano. Hayes High with a 1-point lead. It's the first lead that they've had since they got that last bucket from Dawson Reuter to make it 18-17. And Dawson Reuter now has the ball and had it poked away by Micah Johnson, but he gets called for the foul. That's his second personal foul for Micah Johnson, and Dawson Reuter is going to go back to the line. He'll take a few dribbles as he gets ready. His first free throw is good. Reuter can give Hayes High a 3-point lead if he can get his second free throw to go. And he takes a deep breath, and his free throw is up and takes a few bounces and rolls out, and De'Aaron Phillips has his first rebound of the game. 2-point Hayes High lead with 1:16 to go here in the second quarter. It's almost poked free from Nick Rogers, and now he'll do some spin moves trying to find somebody, and Micah Johnson was open, and he kicks it over. Logan Davis will try a long three-pointer, can't connect, and Dawson Reuter has another rebound. The Lions just 1 for 5 from three-point range in this one as Trey Oakley will take it. He'll stop, look, and find Jonathan Cano, does some dribbles, and will throw it over to Trey Oakley, and now Cooper Johnson will try a three-pointer from the right corner, and he can't get it to go as it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Hayes High. It was fought for between Dawson Reuter of Hayes High and De'Aaron Phillips and Micah Johnson of Goddard. So it will stay with Hayes High. And it'll be Isaac Fox with it. He'll drive and try the layup and get it to go. Hayes High up to a 4-point lead. They'll kick it out for Goddard, and driving in is Nick Rogers. He'll stop, go inside, and Phillips has the layup, and it's good. With it now is Dawson Reuter off a pass from Cooper Johnson. Jonathan Cano will take it and kick it to Trey Oakley in the right corner. He had an open look but decided to kick it back, and there's 10 seconds to go. 9 now, and Jonathan Cano will throw to Trey Oakley. He'll drive, top step, and try it off the backboard and gets it to go. And with 1 second, Goddard will try a shot at the buzzer, and they'll say he got it off in time. But that will take us to the end of the first quarter, or first half, as Hayes High leads at 26-22. So we'll have our halftime show when we come back, where we will recap the scoring and take a look at some individual and team numbers, and we can also get some final scores from the girls' sub-state games in the 5A class. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime shows, the Indians lead Goddard at the break 26-22, and we'll start off tonight's halftime show by taking a look at the scoring recap of that first half. It started off with a 3-2 Hayes High lead, and then Goddard would get a bucket from Bryson Warren and a free throw from Ashton Sell for their second lead of the game, and then Hayes High would tie it up off of a bucket from Dawson Reuter, and then the Lions scored the final 7 points of that first half, first quarter, which was Ashton Sell and a three-pointer from Landon Durbin, and then another layup from Logan Davis to give them a 12-5 lead, and then Goddard jumped out to a 13-7 lead at the beginning of the second quarter, and then a 8-2 Hayes High run, which started off with a three-pointer from Trey Oakley, and then 2 free throws from Dawson Reuter, and then the 2 points from Goddard in that run was from Bryson Warren, and then Hayes High tied up to end that run with a three-pointer from Jack Weimer. And then Hayes High would get back to an 18-17 lead, and Goddard would respond with 3 free throws, 2 from Jake Jasnowski, and then 1 from Nick Rogers to go up by 2. And then Hayes High would have a 3-pointer from Jonathan Cano and a free throw from Dawson Reuter, and then a layup by Isaac Fox. And then Goddard's final points of that first half were from DeIrvin Phillips, and then Hayes High got the bucket in the final seconds on a layup by Trey Oakley, and Hayes High leads at the break 26-22. So when we come back, we'll have our individual and team numbers, and if they're available, we'll be able to read some final scores in the girls sub-state. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show, we'll now take a look at our individual and team numbers, and we'll start off with Hayes High scoring, which is led by Dawson Reuter with 12, and behind him is Trey Oakley with 5, Jack Weimer with 4, and Jonathan Cano with 3, and then Isaac Fox finishes with 2 in that first half. Goddard's leading scorer is Logan Davis with 2, and Bryson Warren is the leading scorer with 6, and behind him is Ashton Sell with 3, and Landon Durbin and Jake Jasnowski also have 3, and DeIrvin Phillips, Micah Johnson, and Logan Davis have 2, and Nick Rogers has 1. And looking at the other individual numbers, starting with Hayes High, the Edwin Muller finished with a rebound and an assist, and also Trey Oakley finished with 4 rebounds and an assist. And moving on down the list, Jack Weimer had 3 rebounds, Isaac Fox had 2, and Dawson Reuter finished with 6 first-half rebounds, leading the way there, and finished with an assist as well. And looking over at Goddard, they had Logan Davis finished with 2 rebounds and an assist. Bryson Warren had a rebound and a steal, and DeIrvin Phillips also had a rebound. Micah Johnson finished with 2 rebounds and a steal. Ashton Sell also had 2 rebounds as well as an assist and a steal. And Nick Rogers finished with 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. And finally, Jake Jasnowski picked up an assist. Now looking at the halftime team numbers, starting off with Hayes High. They are 9 for 23 from the field, going 4 for 8 from three-point range, and 4 for 6 at the free throw line. And they picked up 16 first-half rebounds and 4 assists. And looking over at Goddard, they are 6 for 17 from the field, going 1 for 5 from three-point range, and 5 for 9 at the free throw line. And they also had 12 rebounds at the half, and 4 assists and 4 steals as well. And during that last break, we were able to get one final score in the 5A East girls bracket for Sub-State, and that is an upset win as Pittsburgh goes into Topeka and upsets the 3-seed Highland Park by a score of 44-42. So that'll do it for our halftime show, and when we come back, we will have our second half action. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we're about ready to begin the second half. It's Goddard will start with the ball, and on the floor they will have their starters of Logan Davis, Micah Johnson, Ashton Sell, Nick Rogers, and Jake Jasnowski. And Davis will take the inbound and throw it to Nick Rogers right away. Hayes High will also have their starters on the floor of Muller, Oakley, Weimer, Fox, and Reuter. And with it now for Goddard is Jake Jasnowski. He'll hand it off to Rogers. He'll drive, being guarded by Muller. Will stop, dribble around some more, and we'll try a shot off the backboard that's no good. And Kaiser Fox has his first rebound of the game to start the second half. With it now is Jack Weimer. He'll stop, looking for someone to throw it to, being guarded by Micah Johnson. Over to Muller, inside to Reuter, and he looks, throws it to Kaiser Fox underneath the basket, and he gets the layup to go. First points of the game for Kaiser, and Hayes High is now up to a 6-point lead. With it now is Davis. He'll find Nick Rogers on the handoff, and with it now is Sell. Johnson will try working around Trey Oakley, and instead will kick it over into the right corner, and they'll get a drive and kick it back out. It's Nick Rogers with it. Does a spin move against Weimer, tries it off the backboard, and it's no good. Kaiser Fox came down with a rebound as he falls to the floor, and the foul will go against number 23, Ashton Sell, which is his third. So Goddard now has 2 players with 3 fouls, and that's Bryson Warren and Ashton Sell. As Jack Weimer brings it up the floor for Hayes High, he throws it over to Trey Oakley, and he lost the ball out of bounds, and Goddard's going to get it right back. Nick Rogers will inbound it to Logan Davis as we're through the first minute and 14 seconds of the second half. Logan Davis will walk it up the floor, being guarded by Weimer. He passes midcourt and immediately throws it to Ashton Sell, and now gives it back to Nick Rogers into the corner. Davis will try driving, being guarded by Weimer. Tries a shot and doesn't need the backboard, and he gets it to go. It's 28-24, Hayes High in front. And now with it is Trey Oakley. He'll throw it over to Kaiser Fox, who gives it over to Edwin Muller in the left corner. He'll give it back to Trey Oakley, and now Kaiser Fox has it on the right wing. Tries driving, but instead kicks it back out to Oakley. Hayes High just working around the arc. Fox pump fakes inside to Reuter, and now he'll try driving. Does a spin move, and will try a layup. Can't get it to go, and Reuter lost it out of bounds. And the rebound, and it will stay with Hayes High. Weimer will inbound it as Hayes High goes 4 across the baseline for their inbounding formation. It'll go into Edward Muller. He'll pump fake a 3. He'll try driving, stops, and finds Jack Weimer. Takes some steps out. Just dribbles in place for a second, and will get a screen from Dawson Reuter. He'll try driving, and he'll lose it out of bounds, and it will go back to Goddard. It's Rogers inbounding it once again for Goddard, and Davis will bring it up the floor. He's guarded by Weimer, waiting for his offense to get open, and he finds Jake Jesnowski as he'll just walk in, being guarded by Reuter, backs down his man, does a spin move, throws it off the backboard and can't get it to go, and Trey Oakley has another rebound. It's his 5th of the game. They go up court, and we'll kick it out to Edwin Muller in the left corner. He gives it back to Trey Oakley. It's now Reuter with it. He'll try a 3-pointer from the right corner, and he gets it to go off the assist from Trey Oakley. And now it'll be, I'm not quite sure what happened. It'll go against Edwin Muller. Will be called for a foul. Not quite sure what he did. But Hayes High's up to a 7-point lead with 5:06 to go in the third quarter. The foul was against Edwin Muller, which is now his 3rd of the game, and that's the first team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. Davis will walk it up the floor, being guarded by Weimer inside. Jesnowski with it, being guarded by Reuter, but Reuter will play it back a little bit because he knows Jesnowski doesn't really shoot 3-pointers, and we're going to get an offensive foul against Logan Davis for his 1st of the game. 2nd of the quarter for Goddard. And it's another turnover as Oakley inbounds it to Weimer. 7-point Hayes High lead. He'll throw it over to Trey, and now he'll give it inside to Kaiser, and now inside to Reuter. He almost lost it, and he gets the layup to go, and Kaiser Fox will have his 2nd assist of the game. Reuter now up to 17 points, and we're going to get a timeout from Goddard as Hayes High leads it 33-20, has a 9-point lead. And it's 33-24 Indians in front with 4:35 to go in the third quarter. So the timeout will be 30 seconds, and we'll just keep it right here as the two teams talk things over. And take a look at individual scoring. As we look at Hayes High, the leader is Dawson Reuter as he has 17. He's the only player for either team in double figures at the moment. And the leader in scoring for Goddard is it's a tie between Logan Davis and Bryson Warren, each with 6. And as the two teams come out of the huddle, we'll get you an update of who's on the floor. For Hayes High, it's Dawson Reuter, Kaiser Fox, Trey Oakley, Jonathan Cano, and Jack Weimer. And for Goddard, it's Logan Davis, Nick Rogers, Bryson Warren, Jake Jesnowski, and Ashton Sell. As Bryson Warren has the ball, he'll drive in, and we'll try it off the glass, and it's good. He's now the leading scorer with that layup, as he now has 8. And he cuts the lead down to 7. It's Weimer with the ball going all the way to the basket. He lost it out of bounds, but it hit him on the leg, and Goddard's going to get it back with a chance to cut further into this Hayes High lead. Inbounding it was Bryson Warren, and bring up the floor once again is Davis. He's guarded by Weimer. He'll get a screen, and he'll drive all the way to the basket and try a floater and gets it to go. It's now just a 5-point Hayes High lead, and Jack Weimer will walk up the floor. He's guarded by Ashton Sell, and he stops at the top of the arc and throws it back out to Jonathan Cano. He's guarded by Nick Rogers, and Cano will throw it to Trey Oakley on the right baseline. He does a spin move, and he tries the layup, and it's no good, but he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. They're going to get the foul against Nick Rogers for his second. And Trey Oakley will be the one at the line. He's got 5 points so far tonight and is 1 rebound short of tying Dawson Reuter as the leader, as he has 5. His first free throw is no good. Hayes High 4 for 7 at the line tonight. And Trey Oakley's second free throw is up and good. Davis will go up the floor, being guarded by Cano. He'll stop in the lane and kick it out to Warren. He'll look for someone to throw to and is able to find Jesnowski. Spins around a little bit, jump stops, being in a double team, and it'll be stolen by Jack Weimer for his first of the game. And he'll go to the other end, find Isaac Fox, do a baseline drive, and he tried getting it inside to Dawson Reuter, but it's stolen by Ashton Sell. Davis will drive all the way to the basket, being guarded by Cano, and he can't get the layup to go, but it's a foul, so he'll get 2 free throws as Cano is called for his first of the game. It's the second team foul of the quarter for Hayes High, as we got 2:59 to go here in the third quarter. And Davis's first free throw is good, making him one point away from entering double figures. Goddard as a team is 6 for 10 from the line tonight. Davis can make it 7 for 11, but instead it's 6 for 11 as he misses that one. And Isaac Fox came out with another rebound. Jack Weimer is guarded by Micah Johnson. He'll stop and throw it inside to Reuter, who's standing on the free throw line, takes 1 dribble, and is trying to find anybody to throw it to. Can't get an open man, but gets Jonathan Cano, and he'll give it back to Jack Weimer to set the offense back up. And now Weimer will drive, stop, take some steps back, and Cano will give it inside to Reuter, who throws it over to Isaac Fox, and the layup is no good, but it's a foul on the floor as Fox got pushed a little bit. And it'll go against number 20, Micah Johnson, the third Goddard Lion to have 3 fouls in this game. And Jack Weimer will inbound it. A lot of the players thought it was a shooting foul, and there was a stoppage before Weimer threw it in, and they will say the refs are questioning, is this against Goddard or Hayes High? If it's Goddard, it'll be a shove on Jonathan Cano against Bryson Warren, but if it's against Hayes High, I believe it's going to be a moving screen against either Trey Oakley or Isaac Fox. And they'll say it's Micah Johnson for the foul, and now that's now 5 fouls for Goddard, and it's Micah Johnson's 4th. He'll check out of the game, and Ashton Sell will come in his place. That's 3 players for Goddard who are in foul trouble. Hayes High just has 1, and that's Edwin Mueller.
It's a moving pick all day.
And they'll go to the scores table to talk stuff over. Not sure what they're going to say, as Goddard's coach, Blake Myers, wants an explanation. Isaac Fox is at the free throw line with 2:29 to go in the third quarter to try to extend this 5-point Hayes High lead. He'll take a few dribbles, and it's off the front of the rim and no good. Weimer gets set to attempt his second free throw. There's going to be a substitution, and Bryson Warren will go out, and D'Irvin Phillips will go in. Warren again has 3 fouls in this game, and Isaac Fox's second free throw is off. It goes off the back iron, but it goes in, and he extends Hayes High's lead to 6. Davis waits for the offense to set up for Goddard. He'll get a screen from Jasnowski, and he'll drive, and there's going to be a foul against Hayes High. It'll go against Jonathan Cano for his second of the game. Third team foul for the Indians. Davis will inbound it. Goddard will go 2 on the block and 2 on the free throw line. And with it is Ashton Sell, throws it over to Phillips. And now Davis has it on the right wing, inside to Jasnowski, being guarded by Fox and Reuter. And the shot off the backboard, no good. And Fox has the rebound. Weimer with the ball. He'll wait for the offense to get going and gets a screen from Reuter. Picks it out. Oakley with the ball. Tries to find someone to throw it to. Does some spin moves. Finds Jonathan Cano. And he'll drive all the way to the basket. Off the glass. No good. And getting the rebound is Jake Jasnowski for his first of the game. And now at the other end, Davis will try a layup. And he gets it to go. And it's an and one. Logan Davis now into double figures with 11. And the fouls against number 10, Trey Oakley. It's the 10th made shot from the field for Goddard. And Davis will look to make his second free throw of the game on an and one right here. And it is off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound goes to number 23, Ashton Sell. Three-pointer is good for Logan Davis. And he's now up to 14. So it is now just a 1-point game, and there's going to be a timeout called by Hayes High with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. It's Hayes High 34, Goddard 34. So we'll see what the refs say, if it's a 30-second or a full. It is a full timeout, so we'll step away as they talk things over. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout, it's Hayes High up by 1 with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. And they'll have the ball on their side of the court. It's Cooper Lindenmeyer who will inbound it. And he'll try to get it into Jack Weimer, who's guarded by Ashton Sell. And he has to throw it into Dawson Reuter instead, as Weimer was tightly contested. And he'll just walk with it for a second, being guarded by Sell. Finds Lindenmeyer on the right wing. Pump fakes inside to Fox. And now try getting it into Reuter, and getting the steal is Nick Rogers for his second. With it now is Logan Davis. He'll drive, try a floater, and he gets it to go. He's now up to 16, and Goddard has the lead back. It's Jack Weimer with it, finds Cano, and he'll give it over to Kaiser Fox. And now Weimer with it in the right corner. He'll drive on the baseline, try throwing it inside to Reuter, but it'll be stolen once again by Rogers. Davis will take it off of a pass from Sell. He'll try a long three-pointer that he can't hit, and Cooper Lindenmeyer lost the rebound, but Jake Jasnowski got the rebound and the putback. So it's a 3-point Goddard lead. And Jasnowski's free throw is good, and now it's a 2-possession lead for Goddard. 39-35, 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Over to Kaiser Fox off of a pass from Weimer. He'll do a spin move, throw it over to Dawson Reuter, who loses it, and Cooper Lindenmeyer gets it back. Weimer will drive to the basket, and the layup is no good, but a foul will be called, and Weimer will go to the line once again. It'll be 34, Jake Jasnowski, who's called for it. His second personal foul, and Weimer will go to the free throw line. He's made 1 tonight, has 4 points, and his first free throw is good. Isaac Fox will check back in for Hayes High. Jonathan Cano and Dawson Reuter will go out. And Weimer's second free throw is off the back iron, no good, and Logan Davis has his third rebound. He'll wait for his teammates to get set as we're in the final 10 seconds. Just walking up the floor, he's guarded by Trey Oakley. Jasnowski will set a screen, and Davis will pump fake, and now will try a jump shot that's no good, and the rebound goes to Trey Oakley, and he'll just let the final seconds expire, and we will go to the fourth quarter with Hayes High trailing Goddard 36-39. So when we come back, we will see how the final final 8 minutes play out. We'll be back in a moment. This is Ace High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School as we are ready to start the fourth quarter. Hayes High trails Goddard 36-39. Inbounding it is Trey Oakley into Jack Weimer. As he crosses midcourt, he's guarded by Ashton Sell, who's in foul trouble with 3. Kaiser Fox with it on the left wing, looks, finds Isaac, and he'll pump fake once and find Jack Weimer. Left wing 3 on the way, in and out, no good. And the rebound is to Nick Rogers. At the other end, Davis will drive all the way to the basket, and he gets the layup to go. Now up to 17 points, and Goddard has a 36-41 lead. Trey Oakley with it, will throw it over to Jack Weimer, and now Isaac Fox will drive to the basket, try a floater, it's no good, and he's going to get called for a charge. It's Isaac Fox's second personal foul of the game, and the first foul for either team in this fourth quarter. Number 30, Nick Rogers, will inbound it, and Logan Davis will bring it up the floor. He's guarded by Edwin Muller. He'll walk towards that right wing and now will change direction, stop, and kick it out to Nick Rogers, being guarded by Jack Weimer. With it now is DeIrvin Phillips inside to Jasnowski, being guarded by Isaac Fox. He'll do a spin move and will try a shot that's no good, but it's a shooting foul it'll be called against Isaac Fox, and that's now his third, so he is in foul trouble as it's the second team foul of the quarter for Hayes High. Jasnowski back at the line, has gotten 4 of his 6 points off of free throws and make that 5 for 7 as he gets that one to go. And he gets Goddard to a 6-point lead with that one. And his second free throw he'll attempt in a second. As he takes the ball from the ref, he'll just dribble it once, and it's good. 8 points for Jasnowski. And it's a 7-point lead for the Lions. It's Weimer with it. He'll drive, lose his dribble, will have to kick it out, and finds Kaiser Fox. Great defense from Goddard, and Kaiser will drive to the basket. Dawson Reuter gets the rebound, and he'll fall to the floor as he got pushed. And it's going to be called against number 23, Ashton Sell. He's now got 4. It's the first team foul of the quarter for Goddard. Dawson Reuter came down with the rebound, which will be his 7th. And he got hit in the face, which caused him to fall to the floor. So Muller will inbound it to Kaiser, and he'll fake the handoff to Weimer. He'll drive, do a spin move, lost the ball, and Jasnowski comes out with his first steal of the game. As they go to the other end, it's Rogers with it, kicks it out. Davis will step back, almost took a 3, and instead it's Rogers with the ball now. In the right corner, he'll throw it over to Jasnowski. He'll drive against Reuter, kicks it out, and a 3-pointer from Rogers on the way is no good, and Muller's got another rebound. It's a drive from Weimer, and his shot's no good. Jasnowski's got another rebound. As Davis waits for the offense to set up, it's a 7-point Goddard lead. We'll get a screen on Muller, and he'll kick it out to the left corner to Sell, and Warren will hand it off to Rogers as they just work it around the arc. It's Davis with it, being guarded by Oakley. He'll drive all the way to the basket, lost the ball, and they're saying it's going to stay with Goddard. The Hayes High fans on that side thought it was last touch by Goddard, but a timeout will be called. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here as the two teams talk things over. And we'll take a look back at the scoring once again, and we'll try to get some final scores from those 5A girls sub-state games if they are available. And at the timeout, the leading score for Hayes High is 17 from Dawson Reuter, and Logan Davis has 17 as well for the Lions. And we don't have any scores other than the ones that we've mentioned, which are Seaman advancing to the second round of the 5A East Sub-State in a forfeit win over J.C. Harmon, and Pittsburgh going into Topeka and upsetting Highland Park. As the Lions will inbound it, it's inside to Jesnowski. He'll throw it to an open Rogers, and now Jesnowski has a wide open path, and he goes in and gets the layup. Jesnowski now into double figures as he extends the lead to 9, and it's a foul against Goddard, and it'll go against number 2, Bryson Warren, and that is his 5th foul of the game. He's the first player for either team to foul out tonight. Both teams have 2 team fouls, so that'll play a key factor in the final minutes of tonight's game, as Jack Weimer will try a jump shot from the free throw line. He gets it to go, and the assist is going to go to Dawson Reuter. 7 points tonight for Weimer as he ends a scoring run for the Lions. And we'll step away during this timeout. It's 45-38, Goddard in front. When we come back, this is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout. During that timeout, we were able to get a final score, and Bishop Carroll defeats Andover Central 49-41. So the Hayes High girls will travel to Wichita on Saturday, and now Goddard will go to the other end and get the layup to go for Jake Jesnowski off of the assist from Ashton Sell. And Jesnowski's now up to 12 as he extends the lead back to 9. As the shot's no good, it's for Hayes High, it's a foul against Kaiser Fox, which is his 2nd. And there's exactly 5 minutes to go in this one. Goddard trying to pull away from Hayes High. It's inbounded to Micah Johnson, and he'll throw it up court, and Ashton Sell will go to the other end and can't get the layup to go as Kaiser Fox was there on the defense, and he gets the rebound as well. And Edwin Muller will get the ball and try a three-pointer. It's no good, and it's rebounded by Ashton Sell for his 4th. And now at the other end, Jesnowski will get another layup to go. It's now a double-digit Goddard lead. And a three-pointer is on the way from Edwin Muller. It's no good, but he gets his own miss. And it's a jump ball. So it'll be Goddard ball, and Dawson Reuter's back into the game for Hayes High in place of Isaac Fox. It's Logan Davis inbounding it for Goddard. As they try to pull away from Hayes High, they have an 11-point lead on the Indians. Nick Rogers will bring up the floor, gets triple teamed, and stops at the H of the Hayes at the midcourt. Micah Johnson will take it and kick it back out to Rogers. Being guarded by Weimer, he'll drive, stop, and give it back to Johnson. He kicks it out to Jesnowski, and Rogers will try to kill some time. Being guarded by Oakley, he'll go over to Sell, and Rogers will hand it back off to Davis. He'll stop, go inside to Jesnowski. He can't get the layup to go, and he gets his own rebound, and he gets the putback. It's a 13-point Goddard lead. And Hayes High is going to call timeout with 3:39 to go. They trail Goddard by a score of 51-38. And it'll be a full timeout, so we'll step away as well, and we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the Hayes High timeout. It'll be Trey Oakley inbounding it for the Indians. He throws it into Jack Weimer. Hayes High has to do something quickly. They trail by 13 with 3.5 minutes to go. Muller will drive, stop, kick it out to Weimer, and he'll bring it back out. He'll throw it over to Kaiser Fox, fakes the handoff, and now gives it over to Trey Oakley. And Weimer will take it, try a three-pointer, and it's good, but I'm not quite sure what the foul was. It'll be against number 1, Logan Davis.
No way! He didn't have upper shooting motion.
And they're going to count the shot, so Hayes High cuts it back down to a 10-point game. The head coach for Goddard wants an explanation. And
Possession. You don't get possession in the bucket.
they're going to give Hayes High possession. And Dawson Reuter gets the inbound, tries the layup, can't get it to go. Kaiser Fox right there for the rebound, and he gets the putback, and that's a foul and an and one. It's now just an 8-point Goddard lead off of the rebound and the putback from Kaiser Fox. They'll call the foul against number 34, Jake Jesnowski, for his third. And Kaiser's free throw is off the back iron and no good. And it goes to Trey Oakley. He'll get the rebound and go up with it. And he's got the putback. Hayes High with a huge set of points. Cuts it down to a 6-point lead, but Jesnowski wide open under the basket, and he gets the layup to go, and a foul against Dawson Reuter. So Jesnowski will go back to the free throw line. He's got 18 so far tonight, and his free throw is on the way, no good. And Muller almost had it, but it's rebounded by Nick Rogers for the Lions, and it's a foul against Hayes High as well. It'll be Nick Rogers going to the free throw line. Goddard will send their players back. And the first free throw is on the way, and it's good for Nick Rogers. Just 2 points for him tonight. And his second free throw is good as well. It's Edwin Muller with the ball. Hayes High trails by 10, and now Weimer's got it. Gets a screen from Reuter, kicks it out, and now Reuter will try a three-pointer from the top of the arc, and it goes in and out, no good. And getting the rebound is number 30, Nick Rogers, and he's fouled. It'll go against Trey Oakley for his second, and it's the 5th team foul of the quarter for Hayes High, so that puts Goddard in the bonus. Hayes High's 1 foul away from entering the bonus, and the free throw is good. Nick Rogers has gotten all 4 of his points off of free throws tonight. As he extends the lead to 11, he can make it 12, and he does just that with the free throw there. As Weimer will go up the floor. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Weimer will drive all the way to the basket, and he's going to get called for a charge. He had the basket, but he's now going to get called for his 3rd foul, and inbounding it for Goddard will be number 1, Logan Davis. It'll go into Micah Johnson. Hayes High going to start doing full court press. Again, they trail by 12 with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Davis will go up the floor, get trapped, and almost had it stolen. And with it, he'll get it back, and it'll now be Edwin Moore will get the steal, and he throws it up court to Kaiser Fox, and he gets the layup, no good. Weimer right there for the putback, and that's good. And now we're going to get a charge against Goddard, and it's going to go against number 23, Ashton Sell, and he's going to foul out, as that will be his 5th foul of the game. It's the 2nd player for Goddard to foul out tonight, along with number 2, Bryson Warren. And Ashton Sell will exit with 3 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So Weimer will throw it up court to Oakley, and now Fox gives it over to Moore. He'll wait, kick it over to Weimer. 3-pointer from the left corner on the way. In and out, no good. And the rebound is fought for. It's number 30, Nick Rogers, that comes out with it. And he'll throw it over to Logan Davis. And now Dervin Phillips will throw it out. And it's a drive to the basket for Rogers. He had a clear path, but it closed right away. As it's a 10-point game with 1:20 to go. Hayes High has to force a steal or a foul or something, and they do that right there, as Edwin Muller is going to be called for his 4th foul of the game. Again, Goddard's in the bonus, so at the free throw line is Micah Johnson. Jonathan Cano will go in place of Edwin Moore. And Micah Johnson will be at the free throw line. 13 for 20 as a team for Goddard tonight. His first free throw is up. It's good for Micah Johnson, and he's now up to 3 points. His second free throw is up, and that's good as well. There's going to be a timeout now with 1:19 to go. It's Goddard 59, Hayes High 47. It's a full timeout, so we'll step away as they talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School following the timeout, the Indians trail Goddard 59-47 with 1:19 to go. Oakley will inbound it to Cano, and they're going to go quickly as Cano runs it up the floor. He'll hand it off to Jack Weimers. He'll get a screen. He'll throw it over to Trey Oakley. Three-pointer from the left wing on the way is nothing but air, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Goddard ball. And Isaac Fox will go into the game in place of Dawson Reuter. Inbounding it for Goddard is Logan Davis. As Cano's on the defense, he'll throw it in, and Nick Rogers will try to get out of a double team as Hayes High's on the full court press. Weimer will foul Rogers as he got past him, and that's Weimer's fourth foul. So Nick Rogers, who has scored all 5 of his points tonight off of free throws, will go back to the line, and this one is good. So Isaac Fox will check out as well, and Cooper Johnson will come in his place. And Nick Rogers' second free throw is good. With it is Jack Weimer. He'll try driving in and will now kick it out to Trey Oakley. Kaiser with it will find Cooper Johnson. He'll try a three-pointer. It's on the way and no good as it's going out of bounds. Jonathan Cano tried to make a last effort to save it, but it goes out of bounds and it will be Goddard ball. So Isaac Fox will go back in place of Cooper Johnson, and we'll see some substitutions for Goddard as well. It'll be Landon Durbin back into the game, and we'll also see senior Brock Boren check in for the first time as well. And it'll be in place of DeIrvin Phillips and Micah Johnson. Inbounding it will be number 1, Logan Davis. Throws it in to Landon Durbin, and Hayes High will have to foul him. It's Kaiser Fox that time for his third. And Logan Davis is going back to the free throw line. Team leader in scoring, or second in team scoring, can tie it up with a free throw here, and he's at 18 along with Jake Jesnowski. And Kaiser Fox will check out of the game as the parents on this side will give him a standing ovation. And his second free throw for Logan Davis is good as well. With it now is Jack Weimer. He'll try a three-pointer. It's on the way off the back iron. No good as the rebound's being fought for. It'll be Goddard balls. No one really had control of it, but it will be Goddard ball as it was last touched by Hayes High. And now Jack Weimer checks out as everyone gives him a standing ovation as well. So inbounding it once again is Davis with 34 seconds to go. He'll have it poked free by Jonathan Cano, and it goes out of bounds as there's 30 seconds left on the clock now. And Rogers will inbound it this time. Inside to Davis, and Jonathan Cano will be guarding him as he passes midcourt. He'll just stay back and dribble it. Cano still playing tight defense on him. As there's 20 seconds now, he'll just throw it around and dribble the clock out as Goddard is 12 seconds away from getting a matchup with Cape and Mount Carmel. as there's 8 seconds now with the ball is Nick Rogers, as he'll just dribble the clock out, and Hayes High will see their season come to an end in the sub-state semifinals. As you hear the buzzer right there, the final score is Goddard 63, Hayes High 47. So Hayes High finishes their season with a record of 13-8, and Goddard improves to 13-8, and they will face off against Cape and Mount Carmel on Friday in Wichita. So when we come back, we'll have our post-game show where we'll recap the scoring and take a look at individual and team members as well. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the post-game show as Hayes High falls to Goddard in the sub-state semifinals by a score of 63-47. We'll start off tonight's halftime show or post-game show by taking a look at the scoring recap. Goddard jumped out to a 5-3 lead early in the game, and Hayes High would tie it up in that first quarter with a Dawson Reuter layup, in which he actually scored the first 7 points of the game for Hayes High. But Goddard would finish that first quarter on a 7-0 run, which started with a bucket from Ashton Sell and a three-pointer from Landon Durbin, and it would be finished off with a Logan Davis layup, or jumper, correction. Moving on down, Goddard had a 13-7 lead in that second quarter, and Hayes High would respond with the next 5 points, starting off with a three-pointer from Trey Oakley, followed by 2 free throws from Dawson Reuter. And the two teams went back and forth for a little bit, and Hayes High had an 18-17 lead, but the Lions would respond with 3 free throws, which were 2 of them were from Jake Jasnowski, and the other one was from Nick Rogers. And Hayes High would come back and get the lead going into halftime, 26-22, which started off with a three-pointer from Jonathan Cano and was capped off with a layup at the buzzer by Trey Oakley to give Hayes High a 26-22 halftime lead. And going into that third quarter, Hayes High had the first points, starting with Kaiser Fox. And Hayes High had a 33-24 lead at the beginning, Goddard would start to cut into that, and Hayes High would lead 35-29, but Goddard would go on a 10-0 run, starting with their first 7 points, all coming from Logan Davis, as he gave Goddard the lead 36-35, and then a bucket and an and one from Jake Jasnowski gave the Lions a 4-point lead, and Hayes High got the final points of that third quarter off of a free throw from Jack Weimer. And Hayes High was outscored in that final quarter against Goddard by 11-24, and it started off with Goddard getting a bucket from Logan Davis and then free throws from Jake Jasnowski, and Jasnowski also getting a layup as well. And after, Hayes High would score a three-pointer from Jack Weimer and a bucket from Kaiser Fox and Trey Oakley to cut into the lead to make Goddard lead by 6. The Lions would go on a 6-0 run to lead 57-45, and then Hayes High's final points of the game were from Jack Weimer, and the Lions scored the final 6 points of the game, which were free throws from Micah Johnson, Nick Rogers, and Logan Davis. So that'll do it for our scoring recap, and when we come back, we will have our individual and team numbers and the final scores from all the 5A sub-state games. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Back here at Hayes High School on the post-game show as Hayes High falls to Goddard in the sub-state semifinals by a score of 63-47. We'll now take a look at our individual and team numbers, starting off with Hayes High's scoring, which was led by by Dawson Reuter with 17, and Jack Weimer finished behind him with 12. Trey Oakley had 8. Kaiser Fox with 4, and Jonathan Cano and Isaac Fox each had 3. The leader in scoring for the Lions was Logan Davis with 19. Behind him was Jake Jasnowski with 17, and Bryson Warren finished with 8, and Nick Rogers with 7, which all came off of free throws. And also Micah Johnson finished with 4, Ashton Sell with 3, and Landon Durbin had 3 as well, and Dearvin Phillips finished with 2. And looking at Hayes High's other individual numbers, 3 rebounds for Edwin Mueller as well as an assist. And Trey Oakley had 7 rebounds and 2 assists. And Jack Weimer finished with 4 rebounds and a steal. And Isaac Fox had 4 rebounds as well. Kaiser Fox had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And finally, Dawson Reuter led the game in rebounds with or tied as the leader in rebounds with 7 and had 3 assists as well. Now looking over at Goddard, Logan Davis finished with 3 rebounds and an assist. Bryson Warren had a rebound and a steal, and D'Irvin Phillips had a rebound of his own. Micah Johnson had 2 rebounds and a steal. Ashton Sell had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Nick Rogers was the leader in rebounds with 8, while also getting 2 assists and 3 steals. And Jake Jesnowski had 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Now we'll take a look at the final team numbers, starting off with Hayes High. Their lead, they had 17. They went 17 for 44 from the field, and 6 for 17 from three-point range, and they finished 7 for 12 from the free throw line. They picked up 28 team rebounds as well as 8 assists and a steal. And for Goddard, they went 18 for 39 from the field, and they also picked up 2. They went 2 for 8 from the three-point range and went 19 for 26 at the free throw line, while getting 23 team rebounds as well as 6 assists and 8 steals as well. So we weren't able to get any final scores from the girls sub-state games, but that'll wrap up tonight's post-game show. Again, the Lady Indians prevail by a score of 53-45, and the boys fall by a score of 63-47. So for the Lady Indians, they will be in Wichita on Saturday as they will take on Bishop Carroll, as they got the win tonight over Andover Central by a score of 49-41. So that'll do it for tonight's broadcast. We want to thank you for listening. I'm Hank Corsair. This has been Hayes High Basketball, the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We will see you all next time.